Welcome to the National Aquatic Centre for Day 3 of the Irish Summer National Championships, coming to you on this live stream wherever you may be watching. Well, over 850 swimmers competing this week in one of the biggest events of the swimming calendar. Over 100 clubs represented and swimmers here from 10 different countries in what is, for many of the competitors, the first time they will have taken part in an event this big since COVID struck 2 years ago. How wonderful it is to see a crowd in, to see so many supporters, parents, brothers, sisters, and of course club teammates supporting all the athletes. Well, this morning we have heats in the 100 metres for boys and men, the 400 metres for girls and women, the 50 metres backstroke for both boys and girls, the men's 200 metres breaststroke for both boys and girls, and the men's 1500 metre freestyle to round off the first session. 53 heats coming up, and it all starts with heat 1 of the 100 metres freestyle, which of course is one of the blue ribbon events in swimming, and it'll be interesting to see how that goes. 15 heats coming at you in the next couple of minutes. Well, it takes an awful lot of people to run an event like this. Over 50 officials, stewards and people on the pool level helping out to make sure that everything is run according to the rules. And of course we've had so many races already this week. 53 heats, like I say, coming up in the next few minutes, and some big competitors involved in the championships this week. Some who are going to the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham. Danielle Hill, Caitlin McCaw, part of an 11-person aquatic athletics team. The following are here competing in the Europeans in August as part of a team of 18. Owen Corby, Niamh Coyne, Liam Custer, Shane Ryan, Robert Howell, Finn McGeever, Dara Green, Conor Ferguson, Grace Hodgins and Jordan Sloan. And several, of course, competed last year at the Tokyo Olympics. Competing here are Shane Ryan, Finn McGeever, Danielle Hill and Dara Green. And of course many of our Paralympian team was in Tokyo last year, and they're also here this week. Ellen Keane, Nicole Turner, Roisin Nireen, all three recently medalled at the World Paras in June. Well, the first group of swimmers have come on deck, and the first heat of the freestyle for men, first of 15. Ben Kelly of the Asgard Swimming Club will be in lane 2. Evan McMahon from Limerick will be in lane 3. Andrew Henson from Athlone in lane 4. Conor McAteer from the Curragh Swim team in lane 5. And Daniel McDowell from Portadown Swimming Club, he'll be in lane 6. Just 5 competing in this first heat, all for 15 and 16 year olds. Quite a disparity in the times between them all. Of course, Ben Kelly, Paralympian, his time a little bit slower than the rest, but most of them are around 102, 103. And we're really ready to go then with the first heat of this morning session. First heat in the men's 100 metres. And away we go. Kelly in 2, McMahon in 3, Henson in 4, McAteer in 5 and McDowell in 6. And it's very, very close in the opening 25 metres. All in a line, really. It'll be interesting to see who gets the touch. The lanes, if you're not familiar, rise as they go up the screen. So it's heat 3 on the right, heat 6 on the left. And there you go, McAteer with a very slender margin over McDowell, McMahon and Henson. And of course the Paralympian Ben Kelly, who will get there in the end. 25 metres to go, and it's lane 5 that's leading. Conor McAteer with just a slender margin. To his right in lane 6 is Daniel McDowell. Who's going to get the touch? And it's lane 6. McDowell got up with a really good finish to just edge out McAteer by less than 1/10 of a second, with Evan McMahon in 3rd place and Andrew Henson in 4th. Split times, interesting there, much quicker split time for Daniel McDowell on the second 50, which made the difference. Ben Kelly of the Asgard Swimming Club still has 25 metres to go. His best time this year, 2 minutes 5 seconds. Let's see if he can beat that. Tremendous effort by Ben. Round of applause for him as he comes into the final 10 metres. Ben Kelly coming to the end of this first heat of the men's 100 metres and getting a great round of applause as he touches the wall in 2:09.40.08, just a little bit higher than his season's best, but great effort from Ben. So here comes heat 2 of these 1500 metres heats. In lane 0, it's Oscar Murphy from Titans. Lane 1, Peter Gilligan of Titans as well. Trident Swimming Club represented by Conor Lanigan in lane 2. Ricky Fain in lane 3 for Dolphin. In lane 4, it's Thomas Price of Lisburn City Swimming Club. Lane 6. Lane 5, Saul Roach McHenry from Coolmine. Lane 6, Zach Holmes from Celtic Waves. Lane 7 is Mark Cormacan from the Bluefin Swimming Club. Lane 8, Josh O'Neill of Sunday as well. And lane 9, Alex Lee of Trojans. And the best start looks like it's lane 2 and lane 6. 6, Zach Holmes with the lead. Half a second ahead of Conor Lanigan in lane 2. Zach Holmes, lovely style, stretching out with 25 to go, and it's lane 4 coming into it now. Thomas Price of Lisburn City just closing the gap. Holmes still with a slender advantage, but coming through is Thomas Price. It's between those two for the honours, and lane 6 gets it. Peter Galligan in 1:02 in 58.86. Second in lane 4 is Thomas Price on 59.60. And the third home, Aidan Mallet of Lisburn. So good close race there. Next heat coming up, heat 3 of 15. Comes quick and fast in these championships. In lane 0, Luke Wynn of Trojans. Lane 1, Alex Barrett from Blackrock. Lane 2 is Evan McCabe of Tala. Lane 3, Aidan Mallet, Lisburn City. Lane 4, St Odong of Brompton Swimming Club from the UK. Lane 5, Kyle Kelly of Sligo. Lane 6, Sebastian Berryman of Bangor. Lane 7, Aidan McGrath of Dolphin. Lane 8, near the top of your screen, Sean Kilkenny of Claremorris. And lane 9, Pierce Hanley of the Blackrock Swimming Club. Good start here for lanes 8 and 3. And also lane 1 stretching out towards the wall. Who's going to get the turn first? First it's lane 8, Sean Kilkenny, 27.21, just a hundredth behind Aidan Mallet in lane 3. And only a half a second back is Alex Barrett. So it's leading it out with 25 metres to go. It's lane 8, Sean Kilkenny from Claremorris. Lane 1 doing really well. And lane 3, Aidan Mallet. It's going to be close. Looks like lane 8 is going to get it. Yeah, in is Sean Kilkenny in 56.9. Alex Barrett gets second, 57.87. And lane 3, Aidan Mallet, got the third place in 58.73. Wonderful swim by Sean Kilkenny, comfortably beating his season's best. Next heat, heat 4 of these 100 metre freestyle preliminaries. In lane 0, Oisin O'Grady from Ennis Swimming Club. Lane 1, Owen Ryan, Trident Swimming Club. Lane 2, Ben Merrigan from Dolphin. Longford represented by Farrell Delaney in lane 3. Lane 4 is Shay Monaghan from Riversdale Otters. Lane 5, Ryan McDowell from Bangor. Lane 6 is Danielle Tedesco of the Ealing Swimming Club. Mark Gill in lane 7 for Trojan. Barry Clements from Ards in lane 8. And Ferdia Hayes from Ennis Swimming Club in the top lane, lane 9. All of these swimmers with times this season just under a minute, from 59.72 to 59.40, and away they go. And it's a pretty even start, as you'd expect, with all of the swimmers ranked so closely. Lane 0 has started well, Matthew McAviney. Heat number 4, Ferdia Hayes, has made a good start. Both lanes 0 and 9 close to the touch, but in the centre it's lane 3, Farrell Delaney, who's got second behind Oisin O'Grady. Very tight at the turn. Less than a second separating the first 6. Lane 3 coming through, that's Ben Merrigan. Ben Merrigan stretching out, looks like he's going to be the leader in this heat. Can he beat the minute? That's the question. Looks like he will with 5 metres to go. Ben Merrigan with a really good time, 58.04. And that is, well, it's a second and a half quicker than his best time this year. Ben Merrigan getting that one with a really, really good heat, which will see him maybe get into the final depending on how fast all the other sessions go. Well, here comes heat 5 of the men's 100 freestyle. Matthew McAviney from Kilkenny in lane 0. Sasha Lichik from Dolphin in lane 1. Killian McCulloch of Galway Swim Team in lane 2. Dominic French from Sligo in lane 3. Leo Liu from Limerick in lane 4. Robert Mullen from Templeogue in lane 5. Owen Harmon from Tala in lane 6. Luca Power from Splash World Sharks in lane 7. Alessandro Chianella from Italy in lane 8. And Dean Cody from Watt in lane 9. And this time it's the centre lanes that have the edge in the opening 50. It looks like lane 4 will get the turn. Leo Liu, 27.76 with just 300ths to spare over Robert Mullen. And Alessandro Chianella in lane 8 in third place. Chianella with a nice stroke and just trailing the man in lane 5, Robert Mullen, by a whisker. Mullen just with the lead over Chianella in lane 8. And in lane 3 it's Dominic French who's coming through. But the touch there for the Templeogue man, Robert Mullen, getting the lead in 57.26. Really good time for him. Dominic French second in lane 3. Alessandro Chianella gets third out there in lane 8. Heat number 6. Coming up, Alexander McAleer from Galway in lane 0. Ray O'Shea from ESB Swimming Club in lane 1. Jamie Flynn from Splash World in lane 2. Dara Hughes of Slievebeg in lane 3. Mihir Ramashtani from Hamilton Aquatics Dubai in lane 4. He's in the fast lane. Michael Hussey from Galway Swim Team in 5. Alexander Newman in 6. David Leggett in 7. Emmett Cousins in 8. And Michael O'Driscoll in 9. And the man in lane 3, Dara Hughes, with a very good first leg, but it's lane 7, David Leggett, who's got the lead in 27.17 from Jamie Flynn in 2 and Dara Hughes in 3. Ray O'Shea in 4th in lane 1. Lane 7 with the edge, David Leggett from Larne. Huge number of swimmers have come down from the north for these nationals, and Leggett is leading the way here. Really good time, really good stroke, and he's hit the wall at 56.35. That's the fastest so far. Second place to Dara Hughes in lane 3. Mihir Ramashtani in lane 4 with 57.77, just edged out into third place with Jamie Flynn in lane 2 in 4th. Lane two lengths of the pool here for this 100 metres freestyle lane. Heat 7 of 15, and in lane 0 this time it's Martin Fiala from Coleraine. Dmitry Zalkov from Portadown in 1. Shannon Harvey from Mallow Swans in 2. Michael McCann from Ards in 3. James Woolley, Claire Morris in 4. Alexander McMullen from Bangor in 5. Filippo Calderini from Italy in 6. Charlie Maras from Larne in 7. Leonardo Fiorucci from Italy in 8. And Donica McCarthy from New Ross at the top of your screen in lane 9. Lane 0 making a very good start here. That's Martin Fiala from Coleraine. Several swimmers from the north have come down for these championships, and it's lane 6, Filippo Calderini from Italy, who's got the touch just ahead of Dmitry Zykov in 1, and Martin Fiala in lane 0 in 3rd place. Just less than a second separating the top 6. Close race between that swimmer at the top in lane 9, Donica McCarthy from New Ross. It looks like he's having an excellent second 50, and it's McCarthy in 56.03. Filippo Calderini from Italy in 57.55. Martin Fiala in the near lane, lane 0, 57.73, just edging out Michael McCann by 0.02 of a second. Okay, heat 8. Halfway through these 100-metre freestyles. Heats for boys and men. All of the guys in this heat aged between 16 and 20, with times in the 57s. The fastest, though, is Mikkel Vasata from the Czech Republic with 56.98. The lineup: Stephen Murphy in lane 0 for Templeogue. Martin Bird from Portadown in lane 1. Lane 2 is Eamon Smith from Longford. Lane 3 is Simone Pierotti from Italy. Lane 4, Mikkel Vaseta, the fastest in the race from the Czech Republic. Lane 5 is Benji Cummins from Ards. Lane 6, Amr Tamer from Hamilton, Dubai. Lane 7 is Michael Curley from ESB. Lane 8, David Powell from Portmarnock. And lane 9, Fionn Byrne in the NAC, the local swimming club. And it's lane 7, Michael Curley, who's just got the lead. A couple breaking 27 in that first split. But it's lane 5 coming through. Benji Cummings from Ards, just stretching out maybe a metre ahead, but on his right shoulder in lane 6 is Amr Tamer from Hamilton, and it's going to be a really close one here. Tamer might just get this, and it's Tamer who gets it. 56.11, just 700ths ahead of Benji Cummins in lane 5. Third, Michael Curley in 56.88, and fourth, Mikkel Vasata, 56.98, equaling his best of the season so far. Okay, heat 9 as they keep coming fast and furious here. No time to breathe if you're watching this live stream coming from the National Aquatic Centre. This is lane 9, and it's Talbot from Hamilton, Dubai in 0. O'Neill from ESB in 1. McGinley from the local NAC club in 2. Moan from Banbridge in 3. Zucchini from Italy in 4. Fagan and Cogan from Athlone in 5 and 6. Bugler from Sundays Well in 7. Shaw from Lisburn in 8. And O'Connor from Ennis in 9. Really tight race, this one. Hard to tell who got the touch there. 26.84 for Rahim Talba from Hamilton, Dubai, who got the touch there. It's still really close. Any one of 5 or 6 could get the touch here. Lane 0 coming through is Rahim Talba from Hamilton, Dubai. In the centre, lanes 3, 4, 5 and 6, all really close between 4, 5 and 6. And the touch from 5, it's Kyle Fagan, 1400ths ahead of Alfie Coogan in 55.55. Michele Zucchini from Italy in 55.7. Alfie Shaw 55.8. And O'Neill in 55.84. The first 5 all breaking 56 seconds. That was a quality heat indeed. Moving on, heat 10 of 15. For swimmers here who've all broken 57 this year, it's Christopher Mason from Lacal Swimming Club in 0. Johan Bem from East Cavan in 1. Dennis O'Brien from Limerick in 2. Michelle Podest from the Czech Republic in 3. Ethnic Kennedy Ina Kennedy from Galway Swim Team in 4, Mehmet Zeren from Brompton Swimming Club in 5, Ollie Brennan from Coolmine in 6, Thomas O'Neill from the local club NEC in 7, Cormac Ryan in 8 from Trident, and Elias Sones from Hamilton Dubai at the top of your screen in lane 9. Lane 5 has the edge here. Mehmet Zeren from Brompton in the UK, and he gets the turn in 26.08, almost 0.6 of a second ahead of Cormac Ryan in lane 8, with Christopher Mason in lane 0 in 3rd place. Cormac Ryan starting to close the gap, but stretching out in lane 5 is Mehmet Zeren, one of the many swimmers from the UK who've made the journey over for these national championships. Zeren is going to get it, and in 2nd place in lane 8 is Cormac Ryan, 54.76, 55.45 for Cormac Ryan, and Ina Kennedy 55.91, edging out Thomas O'Neill in 4th. Here comes heat number 11 of these preliminary 100 metre freestyle heats. Michael Scully of Limerick in lane 0, Cian Mason from Kingdom Swimming Club in lane 1, Shannon Noonan from Aer Lingus in 2, Robin Pfeiffer from Bluefin in 3, Giacomo Menchini of Italy in 4, O'Connor from Glenalbyn in 5, Winston from Aer Lingus in 6, Lee from Sundayswell in 7, Gallant, his teammate from Sundayswell in 8, and Morgan from Coolmine in 9. Lane 3 and 2 striding out in this first 50. Shannon Noonan getting the touch in 25.87. Cillian O'Connor in 2nd in 5. And in lane 0 on the near side, Michael Scully in 3rd place. Very close race this between lanes 2 and 5. And lane 2 looks like he's just stretching away here. Shannon Noonan. But lane 5 coming through, Cillian O'Connor from Glenalbyn. O'Connor is going to get the touch. Lane 2, Shannon Noonan, who led a long way, 54.87. And in 3rd place, Robin Pfeiffer with 55.25 in lane 3, with Michael Scully in lane 0. Disappointing swim from the man in lane 4 there, Giacomo Menechini. So here comes heat number 12. Omar Talal of Hamilton Dubai in lane 0. Killian O'Loughlin Brophy from Coolmine in lane 1. Dylan Registe from Lisburn City, lane 2. Philip Duda, Longford, lane 3. Isaac Fitzmaurice, NAC in 4. Charlie Cassidy, Dolphin in 5. John Mulhall, Trojan in 6. Michael Keogh, Terranure in 7. Charlie Eatwell and Daniel Harvey, the 2 Ardsmen, in 8 and 9. And a big lead here in the first length for Isaac Fitzmaurice from NAC, the local boy, just breaking 25 seconds and almost a second ahead of Omar Talal in lane 0, with Charlie Cassidy in 3rd place. Has he gone out too fast? That's the question. Lane 4 heading for the win here. Isaac Fitzmaurice from NAC. He's kept his form right to the end. Will we see a 53 here? 53.26. That's the fastest so far. Isaac Fitzmaurice in lane 4. Philip Duda in 2nd place. No dishonour in coming 2nd to that time. Really quick heat that was, and a fine performance. So here comes heat 13. Noah Switzer from Dolphin in lane 0. The local man Nikita Federnikov from NAC in lane 2. Ross Hartigan from Tux in South Africa in lane 2. Lane 3 is Matthew Walsh-Hussey from the NAC. Diarmuid Sutton from Limerick in lane 4. Danny Morgan from Coolmine in 5. Matt Burton from Swansea University in 6. James Park from Nofio Quid Performance Centre in Wales in lane 7. Brandon Biss from Swim Belfast in 8. And Dan Kennedy from Ards in lane 9. Lane 3 and 2 and 4 all very close here, coming to the first touch, and it's Matthew Walsh-Hussey in 24.91 in lane 3 ahead of Jeremy Sutton, and Ross Hardigan in lane 2 in third place, with James Park in lane 7 in fourth. Lane 2 has just got the edge with 15 minutes to go. James Park from Wales, closely pressed by the man to his right in lane 3. That's Matthew Walsh-Hussey, and it's Ross Hardigan in lane 2, the Welshman, who gets the touch this time. 51.99, that's our fastest yet. 52.28 Walsh-Hussey in second place, and 52.46 for Jeremy Sutton, just ahead of Danny Morgan. Fast heat, 4 swimmers beating 53 seconds, and they get faster as we go along, of course. Fastest in this next heat is Robert Powell from Athlone, who's got a 50.81 to his credit this year. The lineup: Finlay Wright in lane 0 for Banbridge. Lane 1 is Aidan Cook, Kilkenny. Lane 2, John Short from Bluefin. Lane 3, Cody Dunyan from Ards. Lane 4, Robert Powell from Athlone. Lane 5, Finn McGeever from Limerick. Lane 6, Tom Fannin from Laser. Lane 7, Brogan McAvinny from Kilkenny. Giano Dos Santos from Tux in lane 8, and Connor Johnson from Kilkenny in lane 9. And what a start here for lane 6, an absolute flyer for Tom Fannin from Laser. And he's done a 22.26. I think was he trying to break the 50 metre record there? He's hit the wall. He's a long way ahead at the start, but he won't mast. He's going to fall away, and now the race is being led by those in lanes 4 and 5. Robbie Powell and Finn McGeever fighting it out. And in lane 3, it's Cody Dunyan from Ards. Looks like McGeever and Powell. And it's McGeever and Powell get the same time. 52.29. Just 3/10 back was John Short in lane 2. Cody Dunyan, 52.85. The man with the very fast first split faded into oblivion. You have to pace yourself in these races. It's not all about the first 50 metres. Here's the last heat in the men's 100 metres freestyle. Fastest in this heat was Jordan Sloan of Bangor with a time of 50.29. In lane 0, Gene Smith from Bangor. Lane 1 is Sam Crew from Swansea University. Lane 2 is Sam Winston from Aer Lingus. Lane 3, Thomas Leggett from Larne. Lane 4, Jordan Sloan from Bangor. Lane 5, Evan Bailey from New Ross. Lane 6, it's Colgan from Lisburn City. Lane 7, Ben Riddle from Ards. Lane 8, Philip DeLonge from Tux in South Africa. Lane 9, Oisin Tabite from the NAC. Good start here in lane 2 for Sam Winston. At the turn, it's Winston with a marginal lead over Evan Bailey, and he's just 100 ahead of Philip DeLonge in lane 8 with Sam Crew in lane 1. It's lane 5, stretching it away. Evan Bailey from New Ross in County Wexford, the 17-year-old who came into this with a 51.38, and he's lowered that to 51.24 here. 14 hundredths better than his best time this year. Tom Leggett in lane 3, second, 52.40. Philip DeLonge gets third, 52.7. That's the 100 frees. 15 heats rattled off in record time. Hope you enjoyed it. Coming up next, we've got the women's 400 metres freestyle. Fast and furious first heat coming up of the 100 metres freestyle. In fact, it's the girls' turn this time. First of 7 heats in the girls and women's 400 metres. Slightly slower pace for these. We're talking about 4 minutes per heat. Roughly 4.5, 5 minutes. And in this first heat, just 5 swimmers go. In lane 2, from the NAC, the local club, Nicole Turner, who got silver in Tokyo in the Paralympic Games, well known to a lot of you, I'm sure. In lane 3, it's Lauren McGrath from Limerick. Lane 4 is Lara King from Swim Belfast. In lane 5, it will be Shona Bagan from Trojan Swimming Club. And in lane 6, Amy Sheridan from the NAC. Nicole Turner doesn't have a time registered this year in this event. The best of the swimmers is Lara King in lane 4, who has a time of 5 minutes and 1.5. So an altogether different event this. Event number 18, heat 1 of 7 in the preliminaries of the women's 400 metres. 8 lengths of the pool, and an altogether more leisurely pace after the frantic stuff in the boys and men's 400. First to turn, Shona Bagan, 33.02. Split time's always interesting in longer races. Some swimmers like to go out fast and hang on, others like to start steadily and increase the tempo as it moves along. In lane 5 then, the 15-year-old from Trojan, Shona Bagan. She's got a couple of metres to spare ahead of the girl to her left. In lane 4, Lara King turning in second. Laura McGrath in third and Amy Sheridan in fourth place. Nicole Turner, I think, using this heat as a tune-up for other events coming up. Nice, comfortable style from the swimmer from Trojan. Best time this year, 5:02.44. Turns in 1:45, split time of 37. Laura McGrath with a similar split, so managing to keep the gap more or less steady. Up to second in lane 3 is Laura McGrath from Limerick. And in lane 4, Laura King in third place from Swim Belfast. But out in front, lead of a good 10 metres now. It's the girl from Trojan in lane 5. Another 37 split there, 2:22.95 her halfway mark. Quite a big gap to the Belfast swimmer. Lara King, who's in second place. And in lane 4 in third, Lauren McGrath. Fourth at the top in lane 6 is Amy Sheridan from the NAC. But relentlessly moving along in first place is Shona Bagan. 38 the split that time, just a second slower. Slightly quicker split though from Lauren McGrath, who might be just catching up a little bit. In lane 3, the girl from Limerick, closing the gap just a little bit as she perhaps shows that she's got a better second half to the race. But it looks like a comfortable lead going into the last 100 metres for Shona Bagan from Trojan. 37.7 the split there, which is a second quicker than her last 50. 38 from McGrath. So perhaps Bagan just spotting that her pursuer was closing down the gap a little bit. It'll be very hard to close that gap with just 75 metres to go. The penultimate length for the leader Began has kept her very smooth stroke the whole way through this race. 38.10 the split that time. Last couple of splits dropping a little. McGrath, though, with a 36.74 split, definitely finishing the quicker. She's putting on a bit of a spurt at the end. Really good effort from Lauren McGrath to try and close that gap, which is probably as small a gap as it's been since the opening 100. And perhaps Began is tiring a little as she gets towards the wall. Fantastic 100 metres by McGrath, but that's a really good swim. 4:53.16 for the winner. Began beating her best this year by 9 seconds. McGrath in second place in 4:57.98, also her best of the year, and Lara King in third in 5:04.69. Fourth in lane 6 is Amy Sheridan, 5:21.9, not her best day. And still to finish, of course, is Nicole Turner, the Tokyo Paralympian, who has 25 metres to go. 20-year-old, the oldest in this heat, wearing the cap of the local club, the NAC, the National Aquatic Centre Swimming Club. No time registered this year, but she has one now. And in she comes, Nicole Turner, finishing in 5:56.83. All of the swimmers in the next heat, heat 2 of 7 in this women's 400 metres, have clocked between 4:55 and 5:01. In lane 0, Michelle O'Shea from Dolphin. In lane 1, it's Alice Ledgerwood from Trojan. Lane 2, Antonina Sek from Sunday's Well. Lane 3, Lily Maguire from Lee in Northern Ireland. Aoife Kerrick from Limerick in lane 4. Katie Prunty from Slaney Sharks in lane 5. Rachel Marshall from Trojan in lane 6. Hannah Malloy, her teammate from Trojan, in lane 7. Cueva Doyle from Drogheda Swim Club in lane 8. And Fiona O'Keefe from Mallow in lane 9. Fastest registered time this year in this heat is Aoife Ferrick of Limerick in lane 4 with a 4:55.79. Should be quite a close contest. Lane 8 hasn't started. Cueva Doyle from Drogheda, a non-starter. So just 9 of the 10 lanes filled for this second heat of the women's 400. Lane 5, Katie Prunty, the 15-year-old from Slaney Sharks, who has the second fastest time registered this year at 4:56. She is leading the way. Very close for second between about 6 of the other swimmers. Here's the Slaney Shark swimmer turning in 100 metres in 1:07.33. Split there of 35. Her first was 31 and a bit. Second in lane 7 with the green cap of Trojan is Hannah Malloy. Closely followed by, in lane 3, Lily Maguire from Northern Ireland. Katie Prunty at 150, splits 37. Just made a couple of tenths on the field with that third length. But lane 7 is closing the gap. That's Hannah Malloy, the 15-year-old from Trojan, who has a best time this year of 4:58.40, which is just a second outside our leader, Katie Prunty. So the Slaney Sharks girl coming to the halfway mark. 2:22.3, another split of 37, very steady. Hannah Malloy slightly quicker on her split time there, showing how she's just closed that gap by maybe a half a second. Just past the halfway mark, so we've got a bit of a race here. Question is, can Prunty keep that 37 split going? To her left in lane 7, Hannah Malloy has closed the gap down to, well, just less than a metre. 3 lengths to go as they turn here. And the gap, as you can see, just 0.3 of a second. Prunty with a 38 split, Malloy 37. Ledgerwood also with a 37 split, closing the gap in 3rd place. Hannah Malloy has almost caught the long-time leader, Katie Prunty, as they come to the finish mark for this last time. 300 metres gone. The Slaney Sharks girl has just lost the lead there. Not much in it. It's looking like Hannah Malloy has the strength to keep going here for the final 100. She's stretching away now from Prunty in lane 5. Great swim in lane 9 by Fiona O'Keefe. And in lanes 4 and 3, a really good finish from Aoife Ferrick of Limerick and Lily Maguire of Lee. Really close. 0.79 of a second between the leaders. Aoife Ferrick in 3rd, Lily Maguire in 4th. Certainly looks like Hannah Malloy from Trojan is going to get this heat. Can she beat her season best time of 4:58? That's the question. Looks like she will. Wonderful swim by Malloy. Kept her cadence, kept her form, kept her style, and coming through in lane 5 for a strong 3rd. Katie Prunty gets 2nd, Aoife Ferrick gets 3rd. And their quick times, 4:51.59, 4:53.06, 4:54.13, all 3 very close, in fact beating their season best as we move on to the next heat. 3rd heat in the women's 400 metres. Lane 0, Laura Sharadinaj from New Ross, Anya O'Neill from Trojan in lane 1, Ava Byrne from Slaney Sharks in 2, Kate Lee from Coolmine in 3. In lane 4, it's Nessa Godden of Kilkenny, who's got the fastest time of 4:53.58 this year. Isla Henry from Lisburn City in lane 5. Ava Walsh from Templeogue in 6. Sophie Nolan from Terenure in lane 7. Mia Randalls from Templeogue in 8. And Dara O'Connor from Glenalbyn in lane 9. $31.50 the split for Laura Saradinaj, the New Ross swimmer from County Wexford. Ava Byrne in 2nd place. Slaney Sharks. Very close. The Slaney Sharks girl with the distinctive blue hat, but coming through in lane 0 is Dara O'Connor from Glenalbyn. Laura Castellinage. She's going to turn first in lane 0. 1:06.16 her first split. Ava Byrne in 2nd place. Eva Walsh in 3rd. Anya O'Neill in 4th. Got to keep lane 0 in the shot here because she is leading this race ahead of lane 6, Ava Walsh. Really good form in the first 150 anyway from Saradinaj. Best time this year of 4:55.33. She keeps this up, she's going to smash that. Split of 36.29, that's really good. extended her lead on Ava Walsh with Ava Byrne in third. Saturday Naj has at least a couple of metres of a lead now over Walsh in lane 6. Lane 1 doing well. Anne O'Neill from Trojan. Saturday Naj at the halfway mark in 2:19. 6-6, 37 split again. Same for Ava Walsh. Anya O'Neill in third, Ava Byrne fourth, Sophie Nolan in fifth place. Now the question is, can Saturday Naj keep it going for the full 400 metres? Still a long way to go in this race. Very close for second place. Saturday Naj, though, coming to the turn this time, 150 metres to go. Under 3 minutes at 2:56.95, another 37 split. Anya O'Neill split 36.95, the best in the last 50 metres, so she's caught up about 0.3 of a second. She's out there in lane number 6. Lane 0 leading, lane 0 is in the lead. Saturday Naj, lane 6 in second. Lane 1 is closing it up as well. Anya O'Neill from Trojan. Here comes the 300 split time. And Saturday Naj touches in 3:34, another 37 split. Anya O'Neill and Ava Walsh just a little bit quicker than the leader on that 50. This could well be a very close race because Saturday Naj looks like she's struggling with 100 to go. And she can feel the pressure to her left being applied by Anya O'Neill from the Trojan. These girls are going to swim way under their best times this year, that's for sure. Just 50 to go. Saturday Naj touches first. New Ross keeping their fingers crossed. Can she sprint in this final 50? Just inside her in lane 1 in second place is Anya O'Neill. And the two up there in lane 6 and 7 having a great battle for second place. But it looks like Saturday Naj is going to keep it going. Great sprint though from Anya O'Neill of Trojan. Will it be New Ross? Will it be Trojan? Or will it be out in lane 7? Sophie Nolan from Terenure. Saturday Naj gets the touch and wins it in 4:48. It's Sophie Nolan from Terenure in lane 7 who gets second with a brilliant last split of 35. Anya O'Neill in third in lane 1. And Ava Walsh in fourth with a 4:51. Brilliant times, all improving so much on their best this year. Here comes, well, that's actually heat 3. Here's heat 4 of the 7 in the women's 400 metres freestyle. Ellie Falls of Larne in lane 0. Nevia Kenny from Erlinga Swimming Club in lane 1. Olivia Miscali from Banbridge in lane 2. Gloria Tosti from Italy in lane 3. Lily Markey from St. Felix in lane 4. Hannah Pearce from Tux in South Africa in lane 5. Liana Lidani from Limerick in lane 6. Clara Doherty from Carrickfinn in lane 7. Laura Fahy in Glenalbyn in lane 8. And Lily Shee in lane 9 for the Asgard Swimming Club. Times in this race stretching from 4:47 to 4:52. Fastest is Lily Markey from St. Felix in lane 4 with a 4:47.86. And a really close opening 50 metres. Everybody in this race between the ages of 15 and 19, the oldest being Ellie Falls in lane 0 and Hannah Pearce, both 19-year-olds. It's lane 7 leading them out coming to the end of the first 50. Clara Doherty from Carrickfinn. Looks like she's going to get the touch at the end of the first 100. 1:05.05. Clara Doherty ahead of Olivia Miscali in lane 2. And Hannah Pearce in lane 5 in third place, with Laura Fahy a close fourth. So out there in lane 7, the 15-year-old, one of the youngest in the race, Clara Doherty, lane number 7. Best this year of 450.08. To her right in lane 5, a really good 50 there from Hannah Pearce. And it's Pearce who turns first. Wonderful split, 34.36. Over 2 seconds quicker than Clara Doherty for that last 50. Olivia Miskelly drops to third place. Well, it's taken her a while to warm up, but Lily Markey beginning to show her form. The fastest coming into this with 4:47.86, and she has stretched away that second 100 metres, showing her strength and her style. Really, really good form as she turns at the 200. 2:15.64. Hannah Pearce with a 3.5 second gap over Clara Doherty. Olivia Miskelly in third. Another 34 split there from the leader. And a couple of really quick 50-metre splits have pushed her into what looks like at this stage an unassailable lead. Coming to the end of the 5th of 8 lengths, Clara Doherty. Yeah, Lily Markey. Hannah Pearce, I should say, getting the turn. Another split of 34.35, which was a few seconds quicker than her nearest rival. From the Tux swimming group that have come from South Africa. So she's not in contention for the national championships, but would get a commemorative medal if she got to the final and came in the opening 3. Very close for second between Olivia Miskelly in lane 2 and Clara Doherty in lane 7. And it is lane 2, Miskelly, who turns second, 3:33.89. Doherty 3:34.31. Well, this is a fantastic swim from the South African Hannah Pearce. Best this year of 4:48.13. Looks like she's going to smash that. At least 10 seconds quicker as she turns the 350 mark. Another really quick split, 34.41. She'll be looking to get close to 4:30. Second place, Clara Doherty and Olivia Miskelly fighting for second place in lanes 2 and 7. But with 15 metres to go, Hannah Pearce with really good stroke right to the end. Very, very strong swimmer, and she hits the wall at 4:32.23. 16 seconds in her best this year. Stretching away in lane 2 for second place, Olivia Miskelly of Banbridge. 3:34.42 final split, gets it ahead of Clara Doherty with 4:47, and in fourth place Laura Fahy, 4:48.77. The swimmers in heat 5 being readied. They take off even before the swimmers in the previous heat have left the pool. There's no time for waiting around here. Heat 5 then, Hannah O'Connor of Limerick in lane 0, Niamh Kennedy of Galway swim team in lane 1, Jessica Robson of Lisburn City in lane 2, Brogan O'Hara of Lee in lane 3, Michaela Kisilova from Czech Republic in 4, Tony Jemison of Lisburn in 5, Anya Davison from Lisburn in 6, Caitlin Herbst from Mandeville Dolphins in lane 7, Molly O'Brick from Asgard in 8, and Moira O'Sullivan from Kingdon Swimming Club in lane 9. Really close on the turns here. Everybody from 31.45 to 32.69. Moira O'Sullivan in lane 9 getting the touch there in the end of the first 50. O'Sullivan, 17-year-old, with the fastest this year of 4:47.62. Lane 2 looks to be competing for second with the girl to her right in lane 3. That's Jessica Robson and Brogan O'Hara. Moira O'Sullivan, 1:06.79. 0.4 of a second ahead of Amy Dawson in 6, with Brogan O'Hara in 3, Jessica Robson in 2, and Michaela Kislova of the Czech Republic in 4th. Well, normally the swimmers in lanes 4 and 5 are the fastest in each heat, but it hasn't worked out that way this morning in these heats. Though lane 4 has certainly come back. Lane 3, Brogan O'Hara in first, Michaela Kiselova from the Czech Republic in second place, and Amy Dawson in lane 6 from Lisburn City touching in third place. 3 of the 8 lengths are gone. Lane 3 just stretching away a little bit. Brogan O'Hara, best this year of 4:43.9. Second only in her time this year to the girl from the Czech Republic, Michaela Kiselova. 2:18.65, split of 35.68 for O'Hara. Dawson slightly slower. Kiselova bound down to third, and it's Robson now in 4th, ahead of O'Connor in 5th. Brogan O'Hara breathing to her right. Nice smooth stroke. Doesn't look to be taking too much out of herself, but she's very strong. And she's stretching away inexorably. Still out in front with a split of 35.68. Has made up a second on Dawson and a second and a half on Kiselova there. Kiselova and Robson very close in second and third. Question is, does O'Hara have the stamina to keep it going for 400? Definitely slowed down in that last 50, approaching the 300 metre mark. O'Hara turning at 300 and 3:31. Nearly a couple of seconds ahead of Amy Dawson, with Hannah O'Connor in third. Caitlin Herbst in 4th, Tony Jemison in 5th. Should have enough to keep this lead. It's been a smooth swim from Brogan O'Hara in lane number 3. Lane 5 in second place now, Tony Jemison from Lisburn City, who has finished quite strongly. She turns. O'Hara 36.56 the split. Hannah O'Connor in lane 0 caught over a second on her there. Could be a good race here. Look out for lane 0, because it's Hannah O'Connor from Limerick who's closing the gap on our long-time leader, Brogan O'Hara, trying to lead this race from start to finish. Lane 0, Hannah O'Connor in second place. I wonder if she's aware of the danger to her left. Just gets there, really close. It's Brogan O'Hara with a winning time, with just over half a second to spare on Hannah O'Connor, who had a wonderful final split of 34.31. Tony Jemison in lane 5 came in third, and Amy Dawson just edged out of the first 3, but really good times there. 4:42.59 represents about a second and a bit extra on O'Hara's best time this year. 2 more heats to go in the 400 metre freestyle for women. Next up, it's lane 6. It's heat number 6. And in lane 0, it's Leah Bailey from New Ross. In lane 1, it's Grace Cochran from Lurgan. Lane 2, Rebecca Friel from Trojan. Lane 3, Janie Coetzer from Tux in South Africa. Maria Godden in lane 4 from Kilkenny. Grace Hodgins, Trojan in 5. Cara O'Toole, lane 6 from Ealing. Danielle O'Farrell from Sligo in 7. Brenna Chamberlain from Cookstown in 8. Ava McNamara from Lisburn City in 9. And the fastest swimmer in this heat is lane 4, Maria Godden, with a 4:23.47, a little bit ahead of Grace Hodgins from Trojan with a 4:24. And it is lane 4 who has started well, Maria Godden, the 20-year-old from Kilkenny Swimming Club. To her left in lane 3, it's Ella Carroll from Limerick. These two just stretching away, coming to the end of the first 100. And Godden just gets the touch by 100th of a second from Janie Coates in lane 3. Grace Hodgins in lane 5 in 3rd. Rebecca Freeland in lane 2. Ciara O'Toole in lane 6 in 4th, 5th place. Very close race. Maria Godden in the black cap, just ahead of Grace Hodgins in the red. Just a couple of hundredths she made there on her nearest rival, but coming up in lane 5 with a strong second 100 is Grace Hodgins from Trojan, who's the fastest registered time this year, 4:24, of the swimmers in this race, who are all aged between 15 and 20. Youngest swimmer in lane 8 is Brenna Chamberlain, the 15-year-old from Cookstown. The oldest, Maria Godden in lane 4, who turns in the lead with a really good split of 33.03. 2:08.76 after the first 200, just past the halfway mark. Janie Coates from Tux in lane 3, just edging out Grace Hodgins from Trojan in lane 5. 3, 4 and 5 definitely at the apex of this race. 1:50 to go, 2:42, split of 33. Another second made on Janie Coates there in second in lane 3. Grace Hodgins with a 34 split. And these three are stretching away from the rest. It's between them for the 1, 2, 3. Maria Godden from Kilkenny. They may not have won the All-Ireland last Sunday, but Hodgins determined to get a victory here. 100 to go. Turns in 3:15.67. Another sub-34 split time. And another half second eked out on Grace Hodgins. Do either of the swimmers in second and third have a sufficient kick to make it difficult for our leader? So far, a great swim from Maria Godden. Keeping her form. High arms, good kick. Breathing to her right. Turns with 50 to go. A 33 split. And yet again, the fastest split, so she's pulling away. Grace Hodgins in second in lane 5. Jeannie Coates in third. On the near side of the leading three. Really fine swim this from Maria Godden. Best this year of 4:23.47. Should beat that. She's pushing herself. She's pushing herself against her own clock. Can she beat 4:23? 4:23.42. Just under a second under her season's best. Second, Grace Hodgins in lane 5 with a really good final split. Janie Coates in third in lane 3. 4:29.73, and in fourth, Cara O'Toole in lane 6, with Grace Cochran from Lurgan coming home in fifth. Really good heat 6. Final heat now for the women's 400 metres freestyle. Heat 7 of 7. And here's the runners and riders. Jessica Gannon from Limerick in lane 0. Ellie Donegan from Larne in lane 1. Roberta Pino from Italy in lane 2. Ella Carroll from Limerick in lane 3. Kristen Mundell from Tux, South Africa in lane 4. Phyllida Britton from Ealing Swimming Club in the UK in 5. Samantha Randall from Tux in lane 6. Hazel Bentley from Asgard in lane 7. Hannah O'Shea from Dolphin in lane 8. Ruth Kelly from New Ross in lane 9. And away they go. The foreign swimmers swimming for commemorative medals if they get to the final. The Irish swimmers swimming for gold, silver and bronze for these Midsummer National Championships. Finals, of course, coming up later tonight. 3 sessions a day. This is day 3 of 5 at these National Championships. And at the end of the first 50 here in the final heat of the women's 400 metres, it's Kristen Mundell touching first in 30.26 with 0.6 to spare over Roberta Pino, with Phyllida Britton in 3rd place. Lanes 5 and 4. The 2 international swimmers from Ealing and Tux. Phyllida Britton in lane 5. Kristen Mundell in lane 4. And it's lane 4, Kristen Mundell, who turns the quickest here. Phyllida Britton with a 32.78 split, though. She's closed the gap in lane 5. There's usually an anxiety to get off to a good start in a 400, and then the swimmers will settle down into their rhythm before trying for a kick finish in the final 100 or 50. Lane 4 turns first. Kristen Mundell, best this year of 4:20. Quickest split there ahead of Phyllida Britton. Roberta Pino from Italy in 3rd. And Samantha Randall in 6th, the other South African in lane 6. This heat dominated by quite a few foreign swimmers. There's 2 from South Africa, 1 from the UK, 1 from Italy, and they're all swimming really well. Lane 4 still ahead at the halfway mark in 2:10.53. Slightly quicker split that time from Britain, who closed the gap slightly. The South African ahead of the girl from the UK. Lane 6, another South African, Samantha Randall. Lane 2, the Italian Roberta Pino in 4th. Best of the Irish at the moment in lane 3 is Ella Carroll from Limerick. 3 lengths to go. Really good race this between Mundell and Britton. Nothing between them on that final split. Mundell in the red cap, Britton in the white. Britton just fractionally quicker on the last 250s, and she's closing the gap down to a fraction. Could still be a really good final 100 metres here. 300 metre turn this time. Mundell just ahead of Britton, but look at that, there's only less than a half a second between them. Samantha Randall in 3rd place. Ella Carroll from Limerick, the best of the Irish, in 4th. Still there's nothing in it. Could be a win for either of these women who are pulling away. The 21-year-old from South Africa, Kristen Mundell in lane 4. Phyllida Britton from Ealing Swimming Club in lane 5. 2 of the older swimmers in this race. They've got the experience and the strength. The split there just favouring Mundell, but it could go either way with 25 metres to go. Both sprinting at the end of this 400 metre race to try and get the race honours, trying to beat her best of 4:20.4. She's not going to do that. Oh, great finish from lane 5. Phyllida Britton with a 31.94 final split. just getting it over Kristen Mundell, who had her fastest split at 33. In third, Samantha Randall from South Africa, and the best of the Irish, Ella Carroll from Limerick, coming home in 4:33.72, ahead of the Italian Roberta Pino. Ella Donegan in sixth place, Jessica Gannon in seventh, Hazel Bentley, Hannah O'Shea, and Ruth Kelly. Great race, great finish, wonderful performance by Philida Britton. We are continuing now with the 50-metre backstroke for men. Heat number one. Paul, there's the result of heat number one. Barry McClements of Ards getting the touch, the 21-year-old. And here's heat number two. Fast and furious this. Dmitry Zykov from Portadown in lane 0. It's Martin from Swim Belfast in 1. Registe from Lisburn in 2. Tabite from NAC in 3. McMenamin from Aer Lingus in 4. McCabe from Tala in 5. Antonell from Italy in 6. Donnellan from Glenalban in 7. And Mahan from Lecal Swimming Club in 8. 50-metre backstroke. The old splash and dash. How quick can you go? It's just how many strokes can you get in a very short space of time. Lanes 6, 7 looking good. Lane number 2, Dylan Registe coming through as well. Who's going to get the touch here? And it's Registe who gets it in 29.14 ahead of Adam Mahan in lane 8. 29.27. Ushin Tabit in lane 3. Riccardo Antonell from Italy gets 4th place. They're ready for heat number 3. Noah Switzer from Dolphin in lane 1. Jack McGann from Trojan in lane 0. Jack McGann is in lane 1 for Trojan. Aaron Keating from Cormorant is in 2. Neddy Irwin from Dolphin in 3. DeLonge from Tux in 4. Short from Bluefin in 5. Ashton from UCD in 6. Morgan from Coolmine in 7. Balgos from Larne in 8. And Byrne from the NAC in 9. And it's lanes 4 and 5 who've got the advantage here. It's Philip DeLonge from Tux in the red hat. And just above him in lane 5, John Short from Bluefin. Between those two, Tux against Trojan, and the touch is DeLonge, just by 100th of a second over John Short. Neddy Irwin in third place, 28.50, and Aaron Keating is in lane 2. Callum Ashton was disqualified, but that's a wonderful swim there from Philip DeLonge, who just gets the touch. Heat number 4. Men's backstroke. In they go to start. In lane 0, Winston from Aer Lingus. Lane 1, Dovbush from the Czech Republic. Lane 2, McLeod from ESB. Lane 3, Dos Santos from Tux. Lane 4, O'Loughlin from Millfield School. Lane 5, Barnes from Ard. 6 is Biss from Swim Belfast. 7, Noonan. 8, Heslop. And 9, Colgan from Lisburn City. And it's the green hat of the man in lane 4, David O'Loughlin from Millfield School, who's just got the lead here. Really good form from O'Loughlin. He's just ahead of the man in lane 5, Adam Barnes from Ards. O'Loughlin from Barnes. And it's O'Loughlin who gets it. 0.3 of a second ahead of Adam Barnes. And a whopping 0.6 to spare over Dos Santos in third. Ewan McLeod in fourth. Final heat coming up of the men's 50 metres backstroke. Fastest in this heat, Shane Ryan from the NAC at 24.32. He's got a big advantage over the rest. It's a really good time, that under 25 seconds for 50 metres backstroke. Michael Keogh is in 0 from Terranure. Aidan Cook from Kilkenny in 1. Charlie Cassidy from Dolphin in 2. Daniel Mulholland from Lisbon in 3. Shane Ryan from NAC in 4. Matthew Walsh-Hussey in 5. Duda from Longford in 6, Mason from Lacal in 7, Winston in 8, and Woolley in 9. And just watch that man Shane Ryan blasting away. He's already got a couple of metres of a lead. It's going to be a great race for second place, but away goes Ryan, the 28-year-old from the local NAC club. Really smooth stroke, and he touches the wall in 26.13. Second to Daniel Mulholland in lane 3. Philip Duda in lane 6 from Longford gets third place, and Matthew Walsh-Hussey back in fourth. Really close for second, but no doubt about the winner there, Shane Ryan from NAC. Next up, 5 heats of the women's 50 metres backstroke, and this is the first heat. Just 4 swimmers here, I think. Though there's only 3 on our start list. The ones I have: Ava Byrne from Slaney Sharks in lane 3, Niamh Kennedy from Galway Swim Team in lane 4, and Mia Whelan O'Connor from ESB in lane 5. In lane 2, Shiva Brady from Lisburn. Into the water go these girls. Times this year registered for Byrne 32.63, Kennedy 32.59, and Whelan O'Connor 32.61. Away they go. The green cap in lane 4 of Niamh Kennedy has just got the edge here, but to her left in lane 5, Mia Whelan O'Connor from ESB. It's going to be really close between those two. Lane 3, it's Ava Byrne, the 16-year-old from Slaney Sharks. But it's in the centre, Niamh Kennedy will get the touch in 32.85. Almost 0.4 of a second to spare over Mia Whelan O'Connor, with Ava Byrne coming in third. Bringing up the rear, Shiva Brady from Lisburn. Touching now in 46.28. Just waiting for those swimmers to clear the pool as we move on to heat number 2 in the women's 50 metres backstroke. And here are the entrants for this. Heather Fain from Dolphin in lane 1. Ellen Blake from Ennis in 2. Paige Austin Burrows from Rushmore Royals in 3. Naomi Trait from Kilkenny in 4. Kelly Walsh from Terranure in 5. Annabelle Farrington Knight in 6 from Asgard. Cara Marr from Terranure in 7. And Ellie Bingham from Banbridge in 8. And it's the green hat in lane 3 of Paige Austin Burrows from Rushmore, who is very close to lane 4, Naomi Trait from Kilkenny. Kilkenny girl has got it just by a whisker, coming to the last 10. Naomi Trait with a best this year of 32.11. This time it's 31.54, and she gets it ahead of Ellen Blake. Paige Austin Burrows in 3 and 3rd. Kaylee Walsh in 4th on 32.49. Season's best for Naomi Trait. Heat number 3 of the women's 50 backstroke. Izzy McGrath from Dolphin in lane 0. Ela Henry from Lisburn City in 1. Aoife Doran from Aer Lingus in 2. Niamh Pountney from Ards in 3. Maria Godden from Kilkenny in 4. Caitlin DeLange from Tux in 5. Leah Martin from Templeogue in 6. Roisin Irian from Limerick in 7. Shannon Byrne from Bangor in 8. And Neva Hearn from Kilkenny Swimming Club in 9. Fastest of this lot is Maria Godden from Kilkenny with a 29.76 this year in lane 4. Just above her in lane 5 with the green hat is Kathleen DeLange from Tux, but it looks like Godden might have it. Kilkenny Swimming Club's Maria Godden, 29.7 this year, 29.35 her best this year, just ahead of Caitlin DeLange with just over 30 seconds, 30.09, 31.25 for Leah Martin, and Niamh Pountney in 4th, 31.28. Event number 20 of this morning's heats. It's the 4th heat of the women's 50 metres backstroke, and the swimmers here: Imogene Sargent from Chelsea and Westminster in lane 0. Namoni Rogers from Trojan in 1. Molly Nulty from Swilly in 2. Grace Davison from Ards in 3. Jenna McDougall from UCD in 4. Farrell from Sligo in 5. Pearce and Randall from Tux in 6 and 7. Jones in 8 from Portmarnock, and Quigley from Ards in 9. Good start here for the girl in lane 4. Jana McDougall from UCD with a best of 29.72. She's stretching away from the girl in lane 5, who's Danielle Farrell from Sligo. And there you are, 29.62. Jenna McDougall, Jenna McDougall, 29.62, ahead of Grace Davison in 2nd place, Danielle Farrell in 3rd, and Hannah Pearce in 4th. Great swim from Jenna McDougall. The final heat of this women's 50 metres backstroke: Louisa Humphreys from Larne in lane 0, Roisin Lawless from Wexford in lane 1, Grace Conroy from Lisburn in 2, Jenna Coetzee of Tux in 3, Karen Herbst from Tux in 4, Cora Rooney from Enniskillen in 5, Leah Bailey from New Ross in 6, Amy Fitzpatrick in 7 for UCD, Eleonora Marcucci from Italy in 8, and Maeve McLean from City of Derry in 9. Centre lanes with the advantage here, lanes 3, 4 and 5. The two Tux swimmers in lanes 3 and 4, Janet Coetzee and Karen Herbst in lanes 3 and 4, And in lane 5 we've got Cora Rooney from Enniskillen, the best of the Irish. Good swim too in lane 8 from Eleonora Marcucci of Italy. But the touch here goes to Cora Rooney in lane 5 ahead of Eleonora Marcucci in lane 8. Jana Kutze in lane 3 in third place. And Grace Conroy in lane 2. Cora Rooney, the Irish girl, with a really good time there. Those are the times. Herbst, Rooney, Marcucci, all very good times, beating their season's bests. So next up, it'll be the men's 200 metres breaststroke. 11 preliminary heats, starting with heat number 1. Just 3 swimmers in this. Francis Thomas from Wexford Swimming Club in lane 3. James McParland from Armagh Swimming Club in lane 4. And Louis Flynn from Blackrock in lane 5. James McParland, the only one with a time set this year. In fact, there's only 2 going. Thomas Francis has dropped out, so just the 2. James McParland in lane 4 and Louis Flynn in lane 5. McParland, a 15-year-old who has registered a time of 3 minutes 1.34 this year. Louis Flynn, 17-year-old from Blackrock Swimming Club, who hasn't registered a time yet this year. McParland, just 15 years old from Armagh, turning with almost a second to spare over McParland at the end of the first 50. 4 lengths of this wonderful pool here at the National Aquatic Centre, hosting these championships. 5 days of swimming from Wednesday to Sunday. Great entertainment. And for those of you watching on the stream, I hope you're enjoying the coverage being brought to you live from Ireland's foremost swimming venue. Coming to the end of the 100, and it's James McParland from Armagh, 1:20.94. James McParland with a 1:23.87. Not much doubt, it seems, who's going to win this heat. It'll be all about trying to break his season's best for 15-year-old James McParland. Nice long languid stroke from McParland. And likewise, very good form being shown by Louis Flynn, the Blackrock swimmer in the yellow cap. But it's the man with the black hat about to turn with 50 to go. Split of 43.17, 2:04.11. Should comfortably beat his season best of 3:01.34. Lovely long languid stroke from young James McParland. Lane 5. Louis Flynn. Coming to the end, Blackrock Swimming Club's Louis Flynn. Really good swim from a boy who hadn't registered a time this year. 2:45.98. Very good splits. And now it's the lad from Armagh finishing up in 2:59.63. So a couple of seconds underneath his season's best. Great swim from Louis Flynn as he gets the win. Heat number 2 of the men's 200 metres for swimmers aged 15 and 16. Ryan Higgins from Dolphin in lane 1. Pierce Hanley from Blackrock Swimming Club in lane 1. Conor Lanigan from Trident in lane 2. Killian Whelan from Clonmel in 3. Ethan Kenny from Kilkenny in lane 4. Ryan McDowell, Bangor in 5. Oran Mulligan from Swilly Seals in 6. Brendan Pretorius from Kilkenny in 7. Joshua Reid from Ards in 8. And Tom Keys from Lisburn in 9. And away they go. Best of this field is Ethan Kenny in lane 4 with a 2:55.5. He's also the oldest in the field at 17. All the rest age 15 years of age. The black and amber cap of the man from Kilkenny in lane 4. And just above him, Ryan McDowell from Bangor in lane 5. Just 0.3 of a second between them on their best this year. In lane 2, good first leg from Conor Lanigan of Trident. And it's Lanigan within a second and a bit of the lead. Those three just ahead of the man in lane 8, Joshua Reid from Ards. So lane 5 has the lead, Ryan McDowell just ahead of Ethan Kenny. Both with sub 2:56s this year. And it's McDowell from Bangor who's stretching away a little. Very good second split for him. Halfway mark reached in 1:19.75. Almost a second quicker than Lanigan in the last 50. And the gap is now over 2 seconds, with Kenny coming up in third. Lane 5, the Bangor man, Ryan McDowell, the 15-year-old. Lane 2, strong swim from Conor Lanigan of Trident in that pale blue cap, moving up into second, ahead of Ethan Kenny from Kilkenny. Final turn for our leader, Ryan McDowell. Lovely stretching breaststroke, 44.60 on that split. Second, Conor Lanigan in lane 2. Third, Ethan Kenny in lane 4. And Joshua Reid in lane 8 is fourth. The Ards swimmer at the top of the screen in lane 8 might compete here for the top 3, but in the lead with 25 to go. It's the man who's led from the start, Ryan McDowell, trying to beat his season's best of 2:55.81. Has a good few metres to spare on a fast finishing Conor Lanigan from Trident in lane 2. But it's McDowell who gets the winner. McDowell hits the war in 2:49, 6 seconds faster than his best this year. Conor Lanigan in lane 2 gets second. An even bigger margin for him of improvement. And Ethan Kenny in lane 4 got third, just ahead of Joshua Reid in lane 8 in fourth. Heat number 3 of 11 in this men's 200 metres breaststroke. Lane 0, Jamie O'Keefe from Portmarnock. Lane 1, Sean Morrow from Kilkenny. Lane 2, Luka Pavicevic from Brompton Swimming Club. Lane 3, Jack Lyons from Portmarnock. Lane 4, Eridas Porcivius from St. Felix. Lane 5, Marcus Bone from Kilkenny. Lane 6, Dominic French from Sligo. Igor Kolak from Coolmine in 7. Fionn Drago from Kilkenny in 8. And Sean McMahon from Glenalbin in lane 9. Fastest here is the 2:52.09 of Aridas Positivius, who's in lane number 4. And it is 4-5 who are starting well, but the touch from Igor Kolak in lane number 7, ahead of Luka Pavicevic in lane 2, with Eridas Positivius in third place. Very close race this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 swimmers in a line. 4 and 5 and lane 2 the best so far. Posavicius in lane 4, Bowen in lane 5, Pavicevic in lane 2. They turn at the halfway mark, and it's Marcus Bowen in lane 5, just ahead of Posavicius in lane 4, with Dominic French in lane 6, followed by Igor Kolak and Luca in lane 7. 4 together with 75 to go. Lane 5 maybe just stretching out here. Marcus Bowen from Kilkenny in that black and amber cap. Bowen closely followed by the swimmer on his left in lane 6, Dominic French from Sligo. Who'll get the touch here with 50 to go? Marcus Bowen just gets it ahead of Dominic French. Igor Kolak in lane 7 in third place, and lane 4, Eridas Posavicius is in fourth. So lanes 5, 6 and 7 have stretched away, and there's nothing between them as they come to the last 25 metres. The Kilkenny swimmer with a very slight lead. Marcus Bowen trying to hold on to his right. Eridas Posavicius, who swims out of the St. Felix Swimming Club. Nothing in this. This is a really close race. Posavicius maybe has just got the upper hand. Who'll get the touch? Oh, it's French. He gets the touch ahead of Marcus Bowen. Third is Igor Kolak. Eridas Posavicius in fourth. What a race that was. Just half a second between them, but French gets it. The Sligo swimmer with the honours. Heat number 4 out of several in the men's 200 metres. Daniel Vicario is in lane 0, Slaney Sharks. Peter Doyle from Kingdom Swimming Club in lane 1. Barrett from Blackrock in 2. Sabatini from Italy in 3. Harvey from Mallow in 4. Jake Sweeney from Trojan in 5. Toby Baker from Ealing in 6. Jamie Fox from Athlone in 7. Dylan Gilmore from Ora Dundalk Swimming Club in 8, and Valera Zaharovs from Laois in 9. And it's lane 5 who's got the edge here. Jake Sweeney from Trojan, best time this year of 2:50.12. The 17-year-old turns first, 35.05. Daniel Vicario in lane 0, the Slaney Shark swimmer, second in 36.76. Very close for second. Lane 0 very much, and lane 9 also. Two of the swimmers competing for second place. But out in front, Jake Sweeney of Trojan in that green cap, showing great form, really powerful stroke, really strong kick. And with 5 metres to the halfway mark, it's the Trojan man who turns. Jake Sweeney, 40 the split, 1:15 at the halfway mark. Lane 0, Daniel Vicario in second. Lane 4, Senan Harvey is in third. And in fourth place, it's Jamie Fox from Athlone out there in lane 7. Don't think there's much doubt about who's going to win this one. It's the 17-year-old from Trojan with a best time this year of 2:50.12. 15 minutes, 15 metres to the final turn. Beautiful swim from the Trojan man. Sweeney, the class act of this race so far, 42 that last split. In second place, it's Senan Harvey in lane 4. It's all about personal bests here. Sweeney doesn't have to look around him because he's well clear of Senan Harvey. Senan Harvey competing with lane 0 for second place. Daniel Vicario and Harvey trying to get second, but Jake Sweeney is 10 metres away from a very comfortable triumph in this 200 heat. Best time of 2:50.12, and he hits the wall at 2:41, 9 seconds better than his best time this year. Second place to Daniel Vicario in lane 0, third to Jamie Fox in lane 7. Senan Harvey in fourth place, but what a swim by Jake Sweeney. He'll be really pleased with that. Here comes heat 5 out of 11 of the men's 200 metres breaststroke. Ben Glover in lane 0 from Lee in Northern Ireland. Lewis Fitzpatrick from Lisburn in 1. Ross Moore Keane from Athlone in 2. Philip Tublewitz from Ealing Swimming Club in 3. Alexis Jacquemin from Lisburn in 4. Aidan McGrath from Dolphin in 5. Marcus O'Rahalik from Aer Lingus in 6. Darragh Hughes from Slievebeg in 7. Thomas Davey from Bluefin in 8. And Alec George from Limavady in 9. Good start here from the man in lane 7 with the red hat. That's Darragh Hughes from Slievebeg with a best this year of 2:49.06. Fastest in this heat is Alexis Jacquemin from Lisburn with a 2:48.12. Winner of the last heat did that heat in 2:40, so they're going to have to go some to beat that time. Turning first, Darragh Hughes in lane 7. Philip Tublewitz is second in lane 3, and Marcus O'Rahalik is in third in lane 6. Darragh Hughes, the 16-year-old, one of the younger swimmers in this race. Very small edge he has over the swimmer in lane 3, Philip Tublewitz from the UK, the Ealing Swimming Club, one of the many visitors who've joined these national championships to give it a real international flavour. More than 10 countries represented here in the National Aquatic Centre this week. Yeah, looks like Hughes is just going to get the touch, but the gap is down to less than half a second on Tublewitz, and Marcus O'Rahalik not far behind in third in lane 6. Second 100 metres, always so grueling in a 200 breaststroke, really shows up the stamina of these swimmers. Oftentimes they go out fast, but they can't keep it going. So let's have a look at the split times here and see if Philip Tublewitz can close the gap on Marcus O'Rahalik out there in on Darragh Hughes rather, out there in lane 7. Yeah, very close. Just less than a second between them. It's still up for grabs. Aidan McGrath has moved up to third in lane 5. Marcus O'Rahalik has dropped down to fourth in lane 6. Super close race this between lanes 3 and 7. Oh, really fast finish here from the man in lane 7, Darragh Hughes. The 16-year-old trying to beat 2:49.06, his season's best. Looks like he's just doing enough to fend off the challenge of the man in lane 3, Philip Tublewitz from Ealing. And it's the man in lane 7, Darragh Hughes, who gets the touch for Slievebeg. 2:40.87. 9 seconds, or just over 8 seconds better than his best. Philip Tublewitz in second place. Aidan McGrath gets third. And it's Marcus O'Rahalik in fourth. Heat 6 of the 11 in the 200 metres. Lane 0, Shay Monaghan from Riversdale Otters. Lane 1, Ross Gillespie from Swim Belfast. Lane 2, Ricky Fain from Dolphin. Lane 3, Alfie Coogan from Athlone. Lane 4, Jack Delaney from Clare Morris. Lane 5, Cormac Rinn from the Trident Swimming Club. Lane 6, Darragh Hughes from Mullingar Jets. Lane 7, Joshua Hunt from Limavady. Lane 8, Killian Murphy from Swilly Seals. And Lane 9, Ryan McGinley from the local NAC club. And the man out there in lane 9 has made a good start. Ryan McGinley, the 16-year-old, with a best this year of 2:48. But in the centre, lanes 4 and 5 going well. Jack Delaney in 4, Cormac Rinn in lane 5, and also in lane 2, Ricky Fain from Dolphin. End of that 50 metres, Cormac Rinn in 5, just ahead of Ricky Fain. Ryan McGinley out there in lane 9 in third place. Jack Delaney in 4, and Aoife, or rather Alfie Coogan from Athlone in lane 3. Close race this. Only a second separating the top 5. Lane 5 just with the edge. Cormac Rinn from Claremorris. Best of 2:45.6 this year. Halfway mark. And it's Jack Delaney in 4 who gets the touch with a good split of 40.91. Just ahead of Cormac Rinn in lane 5. Out in lane 9, Ryan McGinley on the far side of the pool in 3rd. Inches between the two men in the yellow lanes, lanes 4 and 5, which are traditionally the fastest lanes in any swimming gala. In lane 4, underneath is Jack Delaney of Claremorris. In lane 5, Cormac Rinn just above him from the Trident Swimming Club, pushing each other on and probably unaware of how well Ryan McGinley is doing, the local man, out in lane 9. Those 3 competing for the first places. Delaney in 4, just ahead of Cormac Rinn, and it's McGinley in 9 in 3rd place, with Alfie Coogan in lane 3, not too far behind. He could get into the top 3. It's the final charge. Who's got the stamina? Who's got the technique? Who's got the desire and the hunger? And it looks like it's Jack Delaney from Claremorris with the fastest time in this heat this year, trying to beat 2:45.60. He's certainly going to get the heat honours here, ahead of his big rival Cormac Ryan from Trident. Jack Delaney touches in 2:41. Second is Cormac Rinn in 2:42, and Ryan McGinley from the local NAC gets 3rd in 2:43, just ahead of Killian Murphy. Really good race that. Jack Delaney 2:41.10, 4 seconds better than his best this year. Heat 7 of the men's 200 metres. Derek Gormley from Tuam in lane 0. Leo Callahan from Breffni in lane 1. Joe Vickers from Brompton in lane 2. Killian Langton from Sligo in lane 3. Daniela Pio Capitanio from Italy in lane 4. Ewan Maguire from NAC in 5. Callum Slagter from Bangor in 6. Ryan Attis from Dolphin in 7. David Woods from Sligo in 8. And Charlie Morris from Larne in heat 9. Fastest here, 2:43.20, is the Italian Pio Capitanio. He hasn't made a great start. The man in lane 5 looks to have got away best, Ewan Maguire from the local NAC. And also in lane 3, Killian Langton from Sligo. First turn, 50 metres, and in fact it's lane 7. Ryan Attis, 34.60, with half a second to spare over Killian Langton. Ewan Maguire in 3rd. Derek Gormley in lane 0 on the near side in 4th. A lot of these swimmers swimming many, many times this week in different disciplines. But when you're swimming in 200 metres breaststroke, it means that breaststroke is usually your favoured stroke. Lane 3 and lane 7, the two competing at the halfway mark. Killian Langton from Sligo, Ryan Attis from Dolphin. Who gets the touch? It's Langton from Kilkenny against Attis. Look at that, only 0.3 of a second between them. David Woods in lane 8 has moved up to 3rd ahead of Ewan Maguire in lane 5. Halfway mark and into that 3rd length, where you have to keep that stroke going, keep the technique nice and fluent. Don't panic, don't think about what's happening in the race, just think about the technique. And certainly the man in lane 3 is doing just that. Killian Langton from Sligo Swimming Club, 17-year-old with the best this year of 2:43.51. He's going to beat that, turning in 1:57.02. Ryan Attis keeps 2nd. David Woods in 8 is also keeping his position, and Callum Slagter finishing quite strongly in lane number 6. Ryan Attis and Killian Langton On the far side in lane number 7, Attis looks like he's just taken the lead as he passes in the commentary position. Can Killian Langton stay with him? I think Attis might have this. It's very, very close. Who's going to get the touch? And it is Attis with a final split of 41.7, half a second to spare over Killian Langton. David Woods comes in third. Great final 50 from Callum Slagter to get up to 4th, with Dara Gormley back in 5th place. Wonderful swim from Ryan Attis, 2:39.23. That's nearly 5 seconds better than his season's best. Heat number 8 in the men's 200 breaststroke. Michael Feenan from Sunday's Well in lane 0. David Lennon from Shark in lane 1. Samuel Burke-Carey from Tala in 2. Ben Cardwell from Ards in 3. Cian George from Tullamore in 4. Aidan Mallet from Lisburn City in 5. Jack Carrick from Limerick in 6. Bryn Fitzpatrick from Lisburn. Daniel Mulholland from Lisburn. And Deaton Registe from Lisburn. 3 Lisburn swimmers out there in lanes 7, 8 and 9. 3 swimmers who obviously compete against each other all the time at their local club. And it's one of them who has the lead, Daniel Mulholland. The lead in 33.58 over David Lennon in lane 1, Ben Cardwell in lane 3. And the other Lisburn swimmer, Regest, in lane 9. Lane number 8, Daniel Mulholland, the 19-year-old from Lisburn City. Best this year of 2:41.06, which is a couple of seconds behind the fastest in the race, which is Cian George from Tullamore in lane 4. Coming to the halfway mark of this 200 metres breaststroke. And it's the man from the north who keeps the lead. Dan Mulholland, second to spare over David Lennon. Lane number 8, Mulholland. Lane number 1, David Lennon from the Shark Swimming Club, 17-year-old with a best of 2:41.00. There's only 0.06 of a second between these two on their season's best. Very unusual to see the 2 leaders on the outside lanes, but all of the swimmers in this heat are very closely matched. The Lisburn swimmer is still ahead. Daniel Mulholland ahead of David Lennon from Shark Swimming Club in second place. Deaton Registe, also from Lisburn, in third. Lisburn looking for the honours here. Their red caps very distinctive at the top of the screen. Very, very close. Who's got it? I think lane number 8 has it. Daniel Mulholland by maybe a metre. 2:41.06 is best this year. He's going to smash that into the last 5 metres. Oh, 2:34.18. That's the fastest in the 8 heats so far. Lennon gets second place. Registe from Lisburn makes it a 1-3 for them. Cian George in lane number 4 in 4th, and Bryn Fitzpatrick, also from Lisburn, in lane 5. We're down to the last 3, the fastest heats in the men's 200 metres breaststroke. Heat number 9, David Kirkoska from the Czech Republic in 0, Elias Sones from Hamilton, Dubai in 1, Vedernikov from the local NAC in 2, Adam Wilson from Banbridge in 3, Matthew Randall, the South African, from Tux in 4, John Britton from Ealing in the UK in 5, Jonathan Heslop from South Africa in 6, Benji Cummings from Ards in 7, Owen Walsh in 8 from Cookstown, and Ballymoney's James Green in heat in lane number 9. And it's lane number 4 leading it out, Matthew Randall. We've seen him so many times this week, the 19-year-old with a best of 2:14.47, turning in 30.58. By a comfortable margin, he's the fastest that we've seen so far. That best of 2:14.47 is 4 seconds best than John Britton in lane 5. And those are the two class acts in this 9th heat in the men's 200 breaststroke. Halfway mark reached in 1:05.34. John Britton with a slightly quicker split there, so the gap certainly isn't widening. Adam Wilson in lane 3 in 3rd. Jonathan Heslop in lane 6 is in 4th. Heslop also from South Africa. Adam Wilson, the best of the Irish, from Banbridge. The South African leading the Briton, leading the man from Banbridge. And with 50 to go, it's Matthew Randall who turns. 1:40.99. He needs to do the last lap in about 35 seconds if he's to break his season's best. Got to hand it to John Britton from Ealing in lane 5 because he hasn't allowed that gap to stretch. Only a couple of metres in it. It's all about time here. Hitting the 5 metres at 2:14. And there he goes, 2:17.6. Great time, that breaks his best. Second place to John Britton in 2:19.16, which also breaks his season's best. And in 3rd place, Adam Wilson, 2:27.52. Slightly outside his season's best, but he gets 3rd. Heat 10 coming up, the second last heat of the men's 200 metres. In lane number 0, it'll be Omar Talal from Hamilton, Dubai. Lane 1, Angus Cook from Limerick. Lane 2, Ali Ryan from Coolmine. Lane 3, Andrei Kukrecht from the Czech Republic. Lane 4, Oisin Cook from Tuam Swim Club. Lane 5, Andrew Feenan from Sundays Well. Lane 6, Lev Levutin from Czech. Lane 7, Stephen Murphy, Temple Oak. Lane 8 and Lane 9, both from Banbridge, Niall McGowan and Jake Logan. Fastest here in Lane 4, Oisin Cook from Tuam Swim Club with a time of 2:13.54. He'll have to swim at his best if he's to be the fastest in these heats so far. As always, they get faster as they go along. And it's the man in lane 5 who turns first, Andrew Feenan, the 21-year-old from Sundays Well. Turning in 31.24 ahead of Oisin Cook in lane 4. In lane 6, it's Lev Levutin from the Czech Republic who is 3rd. Big gap here between the two fast lanes and the rest. Really nice stroke from Andrew Feenan from Sundays Well. All-Ireland champions on Sunday. Can he be a champion here in the National Aquatic Centre today? Turns with a second and a half to spare over Oisin Cook. Lev Levutin staying in 3rd place. Really good opening 100 from the fastest man on the field. Andrew Feenan with the best this year of 2:17.17. That's 3.5 seconds slower than Oisin Cook. Than Andrew Feenan, I mean. So it's looks like a really good swim from the man in lane 4. But lane 5, Andrew Feenan is surely going to get the win. Oisin Cook, a very strong second with a long, long lead over 3rd place, Lev Levutin from the Czech Republic. This is when it starts to hurt, the last 25 metres. This is when all that training comes to the surface. And a brilliant swim here by Andrew Feenan, but credit too to Oisin Cook for keeping the gap almost level. By 2 metres, it's a win for Feenan, 2:16.27. And Cook in 2:17.71. Feenan just beating his season's best. Cook not quite. He's a couple of seconds outside his best. 3rd, the man from the Czech Republic, Lev Levutin in lane 6. Andrei Kukrecht is in 4th place and Ali Ryan gets 5th. Final heat in the men's 200 metres. It's Zachary Black from Lurgan in lane 0, Michael McNamara from Claremorris in 1, Liam O'Connor from Terranure in 2, Yaron Gerber from the Ealing Swimming Club in 3, Owen Corby from Limerick in 4, Dara Green from Longford in 5, Matthew Hand from Ards in 6, Ronan Kilcoyne from Sligo in 7, Patrick Curley from the ESP Swimming Club in 8, and Ewan Fain from Dolphin in 9. All of these swimmers aged between 16 and 24. The oldest is Gerber from Ealing in lane 3, he's 24. The youngest in lane 0, Zachary Black from Lurgan. Fastest here is the amazing 2:12.82 from Owen Corby, the 20-year-old from Limerick. He's in lane 4, and he's the one who's got the marginal lead going up the first length, but he's being closely followed by the man in lane 3, Yaron Gerber from Ealing. Gerber just with the touch at 31, 23, 700ths ahead of Corby, and a full second and a 0.3 ahead of Dara Green in lane 5. Approaching the 100 mark. They'll want to turn here around somewhere between 112 and 114. The man in lane 4, Owen Corby, just ahead of Yaron Gerber, the Briton in lane 3. Corby with a 34.96 had a 0.3 second advantage on that last 50. Dara Green in lane 5 in 3rd, Liam O'Connor in 4th, Matthew Hand in 5th in lane 6. What a close race this is. Two fine swimmers, powerful men, both 21-year-olds, the oldest in this heat. Lots of stamina built up over years of training, and they're really showing it now. Lane 5 having a good swim too, Dara Green from Longford. He's not allowed the gap to get any wider. Gerber just ahead of Corby, Green in 3rd. Gap was only 100th of a second at that last turn, but look at the man in lane 3, Liam O'Connor, the 17-year-old from Terranure Swim Club, with the best this year of 2:29.25, showing great competitive energy here. Who's going to get the touch? It's all about timing the touch in a race this close. It's between 3 and 5. It's between Gerber and Green, and it looks like Green is the man who gets it, just ahead of Gerber. What a close race that was. Corby's touchpad didn't register, but he was 3rd in 2:20, but that time of 2:19.09. Probably not quite as fast as Green would have wanted, but it's still a fine time and a great win in what was the most competitive all of the heats. Training event here, the 200 metres breaststroke. Just going to have a short break here as we wait for the women's 200 metre breaststroke to begin. There'll be 7 heats in that, so a chance for you maybe to get a cup of tea. It's heat number 1 of 7 in the women's 200 metres breaststroke. And in this first heat, it's Aveen Hegarty in lane 1 for Aer Lingus, Isabel Joyce from Shark Swimming Club in lane 2, Isolde Hannon from Bluefin in 3, the Italian Gemma Chiara in lane 4, Molly Johnson from Enniskillen Lakelanders in lane 5, Megan Diamond from Ards in lane 6, Sophie Maloney from Blackrock Swimming Club in lane 7, and Maddie Smith from Sleevebeg in lane 8. Fastest here, the 3:04 3:05.40 through from Gemma Chiardi. The fastest of the Irish, 3:06.23 from Molly Johnson in lane 5, the Enniskillen Lakelander. But the best start has come from lanes 3 and 8. Isolde Hannon from Bluefin and Maddie Smith from Slieve Beg. And in lane 8, it's Maddie Smith, the 16-year-old, who has no time this year, who maybe just has the edge over the 15-year-old Isolde Hannon from Bluefin. Next up will be lane 2, Isabel Joyce from Shark Swimming Club. It's Smith in 8 who gets the touch, Isolde Hannon in 2nd, Joyce in 3rd, Sophie Maloney in 4th, and Molly Johnson in lane 5. Halfway through this 200 metres breaststroke, first heat of 7, as these girls compete for a place in tonight's final. 75 metres to go. Lane 8, showing really good form, Sophie Maloney. And so too is Isolde Hannon, two 15-year-olds competing. Actually, Maddie Smith is the one in lane 8. She's 16 from Slieve Beg. And she touches just ahead of Maddie Smith, the 15-year-old, in lane 8. Very close for first. And in lane 2, Isabel Joyce from Shark Swimming Club might just be closing the gap a little. Coming past us in the commentary box, it's still Maddie Smith from Slieve Beg with a metre to spare. Over lane 3, Isolde Hannon from Bluefin. And in lane 2, it's Isabel Joyce, maybe just ahead of Sophie Maloney. There it is, Maddie Smith, 2:59.92, beats the 3-minute barrier. Isolde Hannon 3 minutes and 74 hundredths. And in 3rd was Sophie Maloney, who just got ahead of Isabel Joyce. But what a swim. Maddie Smith will be thrilled with that, her personal best of the year, because she didn't have a time registered before today. Heat number 2 in the women's 200 metres. Katie Cunningham from Dolphin in 0. Caoimhe Burge from Coolmine in lane 1. Orla Greer from Lurgan in 2. Mid-Ulsters, Michaela Malcolm in lane 3. From the UK, Chloe Brennan from Ealing in lane 4. Tilly Stewart from Ballymena in 5. Ruby Carney from Swan Leisure in 6. Evelyn Fox from Kinloom Swimming Club is lane 7. Lucy Spodova from the Czech Republic in lane 8, and Carla Tella from Dolphin over there in lane 9. My apologies to the Czech Republic girl, Svobodova. We'll have to get that right next time. Fastest here in 3:03.31 is Chloe Brennan from Ealing. Fastest Irish girl in 3:03.38 is Tilly Stewart from Ballymena in lane 5. But it's Burge in lane 1 who has the lead over Chloe Brennan in lane 4. Evelyn Fox in lane 7 in 3rd. Really good start from the girl in lane 1. Caoimhe Burge, the 16-year-old from Coolmine, not too far away from us here in the Aquatic Centre. Doesn't have to go too far to do her training, that's for sure. In lane 4 in 2nd place is Chloe Brennan from the UK. Very close for 3rd place. And the touch there from the girl from Ealing, Chloe Brennan. Just behind Carla Tella over there in lane 9, who had a great second split, 46.04. So lane 9 is actually leading. The Czech Republic girl, Lucy Svobodova. Lane 4, competing with lane 9 for the honours here. Chloe Brennan from Ealing. Carla Teller from Dolphin on the far side. Approaching the 150 mark. Carla Teller very close here in lane 9. And she's got the touch. 46.28 the split there, just ahead of Chloe Brennan in lane 4 with Michaela Malcolm in lane 3. And the Czech girl, Svobodova, is in 4th. So lane 9, the one to watch here. Can she keep it going for the last 50 metres? Lanes 9 and 5 and 4. And a really fast finishing lane 3. Michaela Malcolm from Mid-Ulster is finishing really strongly here, coming up on the shoulder of Chloe Brennan from Ealing. Brilliant swim that last 50. Michaela Malcolm, can she get the touch? Yeah, Michaela Malcolm, what a swim. 45.74, 2 seconds faster than Carla Teller on that last 50. Chloe Brennan put down into 3rd place, and the Czech Republic's Lucy Svobodova in 4th. What a swim from Michaela Malcolm. 3:00.79, and that swim is much quicker than her best, 3 seconds better. Heat 3 of the women's 200 metres breaststroke. Molly Liggett from Ballymena in lane 0. Katie Proudlove from Brompton in lane 1. Saoirse Dorgan from ESB in 2. Cueva Doyle from Drogheda in 3. Niamh Pearce from Guildford in 4. Jane O'Boyle from Longford in 5. Louise Hartnett from Laois Marlin Swimming Club in 6. Holly Clifford from Portmarnock in 7. Roisin Kenny from New Ross in 8. And Abby Thompson from Ards in lane 9. There's nobody in lane 0, so a non-starter Molly Liggett. But the rest of them go. 2 from abroad, 2 from the UK, and the other 8 from the Republic of Ireland. And who's going to turn first? And it's lane 6, Louise Hartnett with a 39.10. 4 tenths to spare over Saoirse Dorgan, with Holly Clifford in 3rd place. Louise Hartnett, the 15-year-old from Laois Marlin Swimming Club, best time this year of 3 minutes and 85 hundredths. She'd love to get under 3 minutes and beat that personal best. It's probably a milestone. In the yellow hat of the Laois Marlins Swimming Club, Louise Hartnett keeping her form well. But here in lane 2, on the near side, Saoirse Dorgan from ESB is closing the gap. And there we go. It's Saoirse Dorgan gets the turn on the halfway mark. Louise Hartnett in 2nd place. Holly Clifford in 3rd. Great swim by Saoirse Dorgan, a 16-year-old from ESB. Her best is just over 3 minutes as well. Not one of the girls in this race has broken the 3-minute barrier, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them have swum between 3 minutes and 3 minutes and 1 second. Saoirse Dorgan, really nice, powerful stroke. Has the advantage over Louise Hartnett, the 15-year-old from Laois. Looks like it's between those two for heat honours, but what about the time? That's the important thing. 2:10 to 2:11. Holly Clifford in lane 7 is 3rd. Very close between her and the girl in 4th. In lane 1, Katie Proudlove. A slow opening 50. A very slow opening 50 for Saoirse Dorgan, but she's been powerful. Is she running out of steam here though? The girl from Laois Marlins is catching up. Louise Hartnett keeping her form well. Very close between the two of these. Really difficult to know who's going to get the touch. It's all about the timing, and it's lane number 6, Louise Hartnett, who gets it ahead of Saoirse Dorgan. A really good last 50. Holly Clifford in lane 7 gets 3rd place. Well, that was a fine race. Less than 0.3, and look, 1, 2, 3 of them have broken the 3-minute barrier, and for all of them, that's a personal best. Heat number 4 in the women's 200 metres breaststroke. Caramar from Terenure will be in lane 0. Laura Castagnage, we've seen her already today, from New Ross in lane 1. Eva Bailey from New Ross in lane 2. Riona McCormack from Longford in 3. Alana Burns-Atkin from Banbridge in 4. Yina Cisnero from Limavady Amateur Swimming Club in lane 5. Lily Markey from St. Felix in 6. Isabella Purcell from Aer Lingus in 7. And Katrina McLeod from ESB in 8. So 9 swimmers here. And all of them swimming for the national championships. All aged between 15 and 17. And the fastest in this race is Alana Burns-Atkin with a best this year of 2:57.09. She and Yina Cisnero are the only two to break the 2:58 barrier. Caramar of Terenure, the fastest away, 37.91. Girl in lane 0, right on this near side, making a really good start. Coming through in lane number 5, Ina Cisnero from Limavady, and she has the lead with 15 to go in this second length. The girl from Terenure, Caramar, is still in second place, but a wonderful second leg from Alana Burns-Atkin. Ina Cisnero in lane 5, just ahead of Caramar. Alana Burns-Atkin in third place and Laura Castagnage in fourth. Not much in it. Still lane 5 has the lead. Cisnero, the 17-year-old, with a best of 2:57.16. Just ahead of the Terenure girl Caramar in lane number 0 on the near side. For third place, it could be anybody. Lanes 1, 2, 3 and 4 all very close. Cisnero trying to get to the 150 mark with a bit of an advantage. Camera just needs to pan right there so we can see the girls in the right hand corner. Cisnero in lane 5 gets the lead ahead of Caramar, but the gap is, well, it's a second and a half. McCormack is in third place. Can Cisnero keep her form? The 17-year-old from the north with the second best time of the girls in this heat at 2:57. Signs of the girl from Terenure is fading a little. Caramar, she's been overtaken by lane 2. Eva Bailey from New Ross. Eva Bailey in New Ross has come up to second place. The Terenure girl is down to third, but there's no doubt that Cisnero will get the win. 2:53.85, what a time that is. In second in lane 2 is Eva Bailey, and Caramar, the long-time leader from Terenure, drops back to third with 2:57.88. But what a time, 2:53.85. That is 4 seconds better than her personal best. Heat number 5 of 7 in the women's 200 metres breaststroke, and in this heat we've got Fiona Henderson in lane 0 from the Alliance. Lane 1, Aline Lund from NAC. Lane 2 is Darcy Walker from Banbridge. Lane 3, Allegra Pateno from Italy. Czech Republic's Clementina Frankova in lane 4. It's Beth Gardner from NAC in 5. Megan Jones from Portmarnock in 6. Ava McNamara from Lisburn in 7. Amy Noble from Asgard in 8. And Hannah Corkery from Splash World in 9. And I see lane 8 is empty, so no show from Amy Noble. For some reason she's dropped out. At the first turn, it's Clementina Frankova of the Czech Republic, the fastest swimmer in this heat, on 35.78, taking the touch. Her best is 2:35, no fewer than 7 seconds faster than Beth Gardner's 2:42. The best of the Irish in this 200 metre breaststroke. Well, the good thing here is that Beth Gardner is staying with Frankova, approaching the halfway mark. Frankova at the halfway mark. Nice split, 40.52, 116. Great swim from Beth Gardner with 117.98. Allegra Pateno in third, 120.97. Frankova will probably just stretch away a bit, because if she doesn't, then Beth Gardner is having the swim of her life. The local girl from the NAC Swim Club, 19-year-old against the 17-year-old from the Czech Republic. Those two have a big gap on third place. Coming to the third length. 50 to go. Frankova gets the turn in lane 4. Gardner with a 41.65, very good split for her. Just a couple of meters down, she's not going to catch Frankova, but it's all about the time. And she's the best of the Irish in this field. Frankova doing really well here. But Beth Gardner having the swim of her life. Just a slip of a lass, beautiful form, great technique, and keeping that gap to 2 meters. Klementina Frankova from the Czech Republic will get first place. Beth Gardner, though, from NAC will get second place, and the time of 2:42.13 is just a fraction inside her best. Into third, it's lane 6, Megan Jones in 2:49.48, and in fourth, Ava McNamara, 2:50.69. Two heats to go in the women's 200 metres butterfly. This is heat number 6. Lisa Cook from Aer Lingus in lane 0. Sophia Suarez-Caulfield from Brighton in lane 1. Isabel Kidney from Sunday as well in 2. Pixie Lael Klasicki from Brompton in 3. Ellie McCartney of Ards in 4. And her teammate Ciara Aiken in 5. Aoife Doran from Aer Lingus in 6. Michelle O'Shea from Dolphin in 7. Sunny van Jaarsveld from South Africa in 8, and Eva Burns from Lee in 9. Fastest here, the 2:31.54 for Ellie McCartney from Ards, class act of this field. And her teammate Ciara Aiken will try and push her all the way. It's all about the times as they try to make it into the final of the women's 200 metres breaststroke. Turning first, Ellie McCartney in 35.06. Second, and over ahead of Pixie Lael Klasicki, who is in lane 3. So lanes 3 and 4 stretching away. Ellie McCartney, the 17-year-old, ahead of Pixie Lael Klasicki, who's a very experienced swimmer from Brompton in the UK, 26 years old now. Good race between lanes 5 and 6 for third place. Halfway mark in 1:14.27. Nice split, 39.21, with 1.7 seconds to spare above Lael Klasicki. Third is Aoife Doran in lane 6. Nothing though between Doran in lane 6 and Ciara Aiken of Ards in lane number 5. Very impressive swim this from Ellie McCartney. Class act in this heat with a personal best, 6 seconds better than anybody else. And she turns at the 150 mark in 1:54.37. Another split around the 40 mark. Lael Klasicki still in second place. Doran and Aiken separated by only a fraction of a second. So it's a great race for third place, but there's no doubt about who's going to win. 25 metres to go. That lovely long stroke of the Ards Swimming Club's Ellie McCartney. Stretching beautifully away from Lael Klasicki in lane 3. Cruising to the win. She's got the win. Lael Klasicki will get second place. And out in lane number 6, it's Aoife Doran who's got the better of that race with Ciara Aiken to take third. Doran touches in third, Aiken in fourth. Great race between them, just over a second between them. 2:35.80, the winning time. Well outside her personal best, but she didn't need to do her best to win this heat, and she should be into the final. .200 metres breaststroke. That's the heat we've just seen. Here's the timings for the last heat. Very impressive. All 10 going underneath the 3-minute barrier. And here's the coming up, the runners and riders for heat number 7. And there they are. Hannah McMaster from Ards in lane 0. Ellie Campbell from Trojan in 1. Hannah McCarberry from Lurgan in 2, Beth Nolan from Sundayswell in 3, Niamh Coyne from Tala in 4, Emer Doyle from Limerick in 5, Redka Podstova from Czech Republic in number 7, Leah Connell from Athlone in 8, and Anna McDade from Enniskillen in 9. There's nobody in lane 6, you would have noticed, and there are 9 swimmers in this, the final heat. The fastest here in lane 4, Niamh Coyne, the 21-year-old from the Tala swim team, with a 2:27.40. She will be the class act of this final heat of the women's 200 metres. Close race from the centre lanes between lanes 4 and 5. Niamh Coyne just getting the touch with 4 tenths to spare ahead of Emer Doyle. Radka Podestova in lane number 7 in third place. Leah Connell in fourth. Some very young Irish swimmers in this race. 15-year-old Hannah McMaster from Ards in lane 0 and Ellie Campbell in lane 1 for Trojan. Leah Connell from Athlone in lane number 8. But the 2 class swimmers of this heat coming through. Lane 4 in the lead. Niamh Coyne, split of 38.20 ahead of Emer Doyle in lane 5 and Radka Podestova in lane 7 in third. This is all about the time. You're swimming for a place in the finals, but you're not just swimming for a place, you're swimming for a good lane in the final, because the fastest swimmers always get lanes 4 and 5, and the slowest are out on the edges of the pool. Powerful stroke in the third 50 from Niamh Coyne. The Tala girl touches the wall in 1:52.32. The split of 39.44. Emer Doyle in second place, a full 3 seconds back. In third, it's the Czech girl, Podestova. No doubt about the 1, 2, 3. This heat, not very competitive, but the times are a very important aspect. And with 50 metres to go, it's Niamh Coyne stretching every muscle to get that time as close to 2:30 as she can. Touches the wall in 2:32.04, well under her personal best. Second place for Emer Doyle, 2:37.43, which is better than her best. Really good swim from the Limerick girl. And the Czech Republic girl Podestova in third place, with Beth Nolan in fourth and Hannah McCarberry back in fourth. So that's the breaststroke heats. The men's 1500 freestyle coming up. 3 heats to come. Just 23 competitors in the men's 1500 metres freestyle. And this, the first heat, just 3 to go. In lane 3, it's Antonio Casanti from Coolmine. In lane 4, Daniela Tedesco from Ealing. And in lane 5, Kieran Watterson from Bluefin. All 15-year-olds. Tedesco with a personal best of 18 minutes, 36.86 seconds. Watterson slightly slower, 18 minutes, 39.08. And Casanti, 19 minutes and 27 seconds. 30 lengths of the pool. Stamina is the issue here. Split times are the thing to look for. Coming to the end of the first 100, just a slight lead for Casanti of Coolmine. Touches the wall in a 34.64 for that last 50. 104.88. It would be great if these three could stay that close together, but it's very unlikely to happen. These races tend to be about time and the stamina of racing for such a long time. To compete in 1500 metres, you have to swim so many miles a week. Hundreds of miles in training a week to be able to swim 1500 metres in competition. Unbelievably dedicated, these guys. The second 100, slightly the quicker, is Tedesco in lane 4, turning in 2:16. But the other two close enough to certainly feel like they're in the race. Coming to the turn, 5th length out of 30. Splits all very similar. Watterson just slightly quicker than Tedesco by 1/10 of a second on that third length. 5th length actually. Long and languid. You don't see a lot of foot action, but very powerful leg strokes from these 1500 swimmers. Tedesco with a 35.77 split, that's pretty good. Watterson 36. Casanti just slightly slowing up, but still within 10 metres. Tedesco, one of a very large swimming team from Ealing who've come over for this. Casanti and Watterson both swimming for Irish swimming clubs, Coolmine and Bluefin respectively. Eight lengths down and 22 to go. Casanti's split, 35, very respectable. Nearly a second ahead of Watterson on that 50. Tedesco trying to pull away as we reach the middle part of the race. From the 5th hundred to the 11th, 12th hundred, it's so difficult to keep the concentration, to keep the tempo going, keep the stride intact, the stroke intact, I should say. But Tedesco looking good. 3 or 4 meters to spare over Waterson. Turning at 500, 1/3 mark.
500 meters complete. Tedesco moving slightly further ahead. 5:51. Morrison 5:56. That play was 6:04. So that's 600 through now. Last 20 next to these guys.
Nice smooth turn there from Tedesco. Just that 0.7 quicker on the last 50 to the man in second, Kieran Waterson. .600 meters done in 7:04. And Tedesco is reeling out those 35-second splits with great regularity. Waterson slipping into the 37s now. Good 10 meters the gap at the moment. But you have to worry about your own cadence in a race like this. You don't worry too much about the opposition. If Waterson tries to catch too strongly, chances are he'll suffer in the closing stages. This is a real marathon. Another 36, slightly slower 50 that time from Tedesco. .700 down, almost the halfway mark. After one more length, they'll be halfway. 35.88. Very good split that time. And Waterson also improved to a 37. Coming to the halfway mark. 15 lengths down, 15 to go. Tedesco turning in 8:53.19 at the halfway mark. Split was a little bit slower that time. Waterson keeping under the 38 seconds per 50, that's pretty good. That part of the race when you start counting down the lanes. 800 down, 700 to go. Very good split there, 36.54. And a good split too for Waterson in second place, under 37. It's 900 now with 600 to go. Steady 36 split. Of course, with just 3 in the pool, it's a bit of a lonely swim for these guys. Not too many around them. But then they probably train on their own most of the time. So they're used to it. Hours and hours of length. Stamina training. Coming to 1,000 meters. Tedesco. Turns in 11:55.30 at the 1,000 mark. Ten lengths to go for the leader. In his head, he'll be counting them down and hoping that there's enough in the tank to really do an excellent last 200. Every touch has to be checked by the judges. 37, a slightly slower split that time for Tedesco. Let's see what Waterson does. Gap's still about 10 meters, and it looks like the cadence of Waterson has increased. I don't know if it's my imagination. He might be just catching up a little. This is the 1,100 meter mark. Nice smooth turn. 36 on that split. Eight lengths to go for the leader. Fair play to Antonio Casante, who's keeping it going, the lad from Coolmine. Out of the picture for most of this, except when he crosses the leader. 36.25, that was a better split from Tedesco. Coming to 1,200 meters, 6 lengths to go for the leader. 14.21, split time just over 37. He'd probably like it to be in the 36s. Gap's about 13 metres now, which isn't an awful lot in a 1,500 metre race. So Waterson keeping his form. The Bluefin Swimming Club competitor in lane number 5. Just over 15 minutes for 12.50 for our leader. But that last 50 was a 38. That's his slowest of the race so far. Can Waterson reel him in? There's still plenty of time to do it. Coming to 1,300 metres for our leader, Daniela Tedesco from the Ealing Swimming Club, turning in 15.36. quicker split that time, 36.68. Just 4 lengths to go for the leader. And now Waterson turning, around 15.49. Three lengths to go now for Daniela Tedesco. Split there under 37 seconds. That should be enough to keep the gap stable ahead of Waterson. This is the 28th length out of 30. Coming to the bell. The official ringing that bell over lane number 4. Daniela Tedesco takes it in a time of 16.50. About a 15-metre gap between him and Kieran Waterson in second. Coming to the last turn. All these swimmers really tired, but Daniela Tedesco has kept it going. Most of his splits around 36, 37, and he's kept it going right to the end. It's all about keeping the pace, keeping the tempo, feeling the pain, working through that barrier. The bell for the man in third, Antonio Casanti of Coolmine. But here comes Daniela Tedesco from the Ealing Swimming Club. His best 18:36.86. He's going to smash that. He'd love to break 18 minutes, but he's not quite going to do it. 18:01.47. Really good effort from our winner. And also from Kieran Waterson. He finishes in 18:14.41. Also a season's best for him. And fair play to the man coming up in third. He's had a long, lonely swim, Casanti, from the Coolmine Swimming Club. 25 metres to go. His best, 19:27.17. Great effort from Casanti. What will his time be? 18:58.16. He breaks the 19-minute barrier, and for him, that's just as big an achievement as it is for Tedesco to win. Great effort from all three. Hundred metres. In lane 0, Dara Horgan from Limerick. In lane 1, Tristan Egan from the Aer Lingus Swimming Club. Lane 2, Killian O'Loughlin Brophy from Coolmine. David Coyle from Aer Lingus is in lane 3. Sean Donlan, the fastest of the qualifiers, from Glenalbyn in lane 4. Czech Republic's David Krakowska in lane 5. In lane 6, it's Ben Merrigan from Dolphin. In lane 7, Liam Traynor from Hillingdon Swimming Club. In lane 8, from Bangor, it's Sebastian Berryman and his teammate, also from Bangor, Cormac Farron, in lane number 9. 5 15-year-olds, 3 16-year-olds and 2 17-year-olds in this race. And the best is Sean Donlan from Glenalbyn in lane 4 with 17 minutes 47 seconds. And he'll be looking for something under 17:30, I'm sure. Lane 2 with the best start. Cillian O'Loughlin Brophy, the 16-year-old from Coolmine, best of 18:09. All 10 lanes filled, which certainly gives more comfort to all the swimmers, because there'll be little battles going on down the field, and it's O'Loughlin Brophy who turns in 34.68 split, slightly slower than Sean Donlan on that third leg. So many different techniques from these swimmers. Couple of Aer Lingus swimmers here in Tristan Egan in lane 1 and David Coyle in lane number 4, or lane 3 rather. And a couple from Bangor on the far side at the top of your screen, Sebastian Berryman and Cormac Farron. A lot of very young swimmers in this race. They'd probably have to break their personal best to get into the final, because the next heat has swimmers who have gone much quicker in their careers. But still a man in lane 2, Cillian O'Loughlin Brophy, the 16-year-old who's leading them out in this very early part of the race, coming to the end of 300 metres. 1/5 of the way. Turning in 3:22.61, split of 35.53. Very good split from Donlan, 35.2. And David Coyle only lost a couple of hundredths in that last length. Most of the pace in this race in the near lanes, lanes 0 to 4. O'Loughlin Brophy turns with another 35.55 split. And again, Donlan with a slightly quicker length, as did David Coyle. So the guys in second and third are beginning to close the gap on the leader. Eight lengths gone, 22 to go. 400 metre time. Cillian O'Loughlin Brophy, lane 2. Another good split, 35. He's keeping those 35s going. Slightly stretched his lead in the last 50. Still nothing between second and third. In lane 4, Sean Donlan, the 15-year-old from Glenalbyn. And in lane 3, it's David Coyle from Aer Lingus. In lane 0 and lane 1, there's a great battle going on between Darragh Horgan and Tristan Egan from Limerick and Aer Lingus, respectively. .35 splits, that's what these guys are hoping for. All 5 of the leaders with splits under 36 seconds. Definite injection of pace there in lane 4 from Sean Donlan. He's closed the gap on the leader. 36.50 to 35.34. That's why O'Loughlin Brophy just a little bit slower on that last 50, perhaps starting to feel the pace. Donlan the quickest in this heat at 17:47.20. The last heat won in 18:01.42. But Donlan probably needs to break his personal best by some distance if he is to get a good lane in the final. So Lachlan Brophy with a quicker split there, 34.8, but Donlan also injected a bit of pace, and they've both pulled away a little from lane 3's David Coyle, who's in third place. Still that good battle going on between Dara Horgan and Tristan Egan in lane 0 and 1 for fourth. 600 gone, 900 to go. Yeah, Sean Donlan with 0.52 advantage on that last leg. David Coyle slipped back just a little. Ben Merrigan from Dolphin is in lane 6. He's in 6th place. In lane 5, it's David Kokoska from the Czech Republic who comes next. Very close on the splits there. Just 1700ths between them. David Coyle slightly slower. He's just slipped into the 36 splits. Getting close to halfway in this 1500 metres. Coming to the 700 metre mark. Lachlan Brophy has been out in front since the start, but his stroke is starting to get a little bit slower. The split there, 36 against Donlan's 35.69. Donlan just starting to crank it up. David Coyle losing a little bit of ground in third place. And this wonderful battle between Horgan and Egan in lane 0 and 1 for fourth. That'll keep them going. In 6th place in lane 6 is Ben Merrigan. And a good battle for 7th between Cormac Farron of Bangor in lane 9 and in lane number 5, David Kokoska. The splits are still under 36 for the leaders, but Coyle just slipping over that now. We've just passed the halfway mark. This is the 16th length out of 30. 700 metres to go when they get to the end of this length. Lachlan Brophy has led from the start, and he still does, but the gap now less than a second. 0.4 the gap between them in that last 50 split. Still in third place. In lane 3 is David Coyle of Aer Lingus. In fourth, also from Aer Lingus, is Tristan Egan. Fifth is Dara Horgan from Limerick. Sixth in lane number 6 is Ben Merrigan. They turn again. Lachlan Brophy still with that marginal advantage. 17 down, 13 to go. Good split that time from David Coyle. He got under the 36-second barrier. Stroke for stroke, these two. Very close on the lead here, but it's still Lachlan Brophy by 0.4 of a second. They're pushing each other. They're both under the 36. Coyle turns in third. Surely only a matter of time before the lead changes hands. And O'Loughlin Brophy just ahead by 0.4. Both under 36 still on their splits, which is really good. There was only 100th between them on that last 50. It's a great race, this. Getting down to the business end of what is actually a good race. David Coyle has slipped back a little in lane 3. The Aer Lingus swimmer still just ahead of his teammate Tristan Egan, but turning now at 1,000 metres, and the gap is even tighter. 1900ths is all that separates them. Donlan with the slightly quicker split there. O'Loughlin Brophy is just moving into the 36 second splits. Third still for David Coyle of Aer Lingus. Fourth, Tristan Egan of Aer Lingus, just ahead of Dara Egan. And fair play to Ben Merrigan of Dolphin, because he's managed to keep in touch in the battle for the minor places. O'Loughlin Brophy with the split here, under 35. Is he starting to inject some pace? 34.53. The advantage has just gone up to a metre. Fabulous race this between two great rivals. Very conscious of each other. 400 to go when they get to the end this time. O'Loughlin Brophy injecting some pace in the last two 50s. Split under 36, slightly faster than Sean Donlan on the last 50. Who has the stamina? Who's got the will to win? Turning third is David Coyle from Aer Lingus. And the battle for fourth is even closer between Tristan Egan of Aer Lingus and Dara Horgan of Limerick. Nothing between those two. Less than a second between them. Sixth still held by Ben Merrigan of Dolphin. The leaders turning. 34.43. O'Loughlin Brophy has got some energy from somewhere. Donlan still under 36 second splits, but just 3:50 to go now. Turning third, David Coyle. Yeah, the gap is opening up again. Cillian O'Loughlin Brophy, the 16-year-old from Coolmine. He's got a body length now ahead of Sean Donlan in lane 4. And again, the split time shows he's pulled out another 0.6 of a second. In between them, turning now, David Coyle with 300 to go. And that battle for fourth place is still neck and neck between Egan and Horgan. It looked like Cillian O'Loughlin Brophy was in trouble between the third mark and the halfway mark, but he's kept his form, and look at that, his splits are still under 35. 34.29 to 35.94. That's another 1.7 seconds. The gap is widening. In the battle for fourth, just a slight edge for Dara Horgan over Tristan Egan as they turn. 5 swimmers in the same 50, but the leader stretching on. 200 to go. That's one of his slower splits, but he's managed to get that gap, and now all he has to do is keep it. Still slightly quicker than Donlan on that last 50. Cillian O'Loughlin Brophy with a best time of 18 minutes 9.04 seconds. He'd probably like to smash that and get well into the 17s if he wants to get to the final. That was a great split, 34.37. Another second or so taken out of the man in second, Sean Donlan. No changes in the minor places. There's still that great battle going on for fourth by the two swimmers in lane 0 and 1. But now there's a good 5 metre gap between O'Loughlin Brophy and his nearest pursuer, Sean Donlan, as he takes the bell with 2 lengths to go. 35 the split. He's hardly been out of that all race. A really, really good piece of distance swimming. Donlan just a little bit slower in that last third of the race. Credit too to David Coyle, who's kept that gap in third ahead of the two who are neck and neck for fourth. In sixth, it's still the man in lane 6, Ben Merrigan from Dolphin. But coming to 50 to go, the last turn for O'Loughlin Brophy. And he's got at least 9-10 metres to spare now over Sean Donlan, getting a great help from the crowd. The 15-year-old, the 16-year-old I should say, from Coolmine. You can see the gap there. He isn't going to be caught with 25 metres to go. It's all about the time now. He's going to smash his season's best, that's for sure. 18:09.04 was his best. Look at this. He's torn it apart. Almost down to, well, under 17:30. 17:28.32. What a wonderful swim for the man who's led this race from start to finish. Killian O'Loughlin Brophy from Coolmine gets there ahead of Sean Donlan, who finishes in 17:36. Wonderful. Third place is going to go to David Coyle in lane 3, and this wonderful race in lane 0 and lane 1. Pan left to seize lane 0 and lane 1. Who's going to get it? It's lane 0 who gets it. Dara Horgan of Limerick just edging out Tristan Egan. Nothing between them. Imagine that. After 1,500 metres, less than a second between those two. What a race they had. Ben Merrigan came in 6th place. David Kokoska of the Czech Republic was 7th. 8th was Cormac Farron. And finishing now in lane number 7 is Sean Berryman and Liam Traynor in 9th, Berryman in 10th. That's how it finished. Great race, and we'll do it all again now. So the third and final heat will come up when the final finisher, Sebastian Berryman of Bangor, gets to the wall in lane number 8. His time, there it is. Didn't register, now it does. 19 minutes and 6 seconds. Great swim by all of them, but it's O'Loughlin Brophy with the honours. Here we are now for heat number 3. Cian Foley of New Ross is in lane 0. Finn O'Neill in lane 1 for ESB. James Park of the Welsh team Nofio Clwyd in lane number 2. Ronan Fahy in lane 3 for Trojan. Danilo Chabanian of the Czech Republic is in lane 4, the fastest swimmer in the race. City of Glasgow swim team's Marshall Illingworth is in lane number 5. Aer Lingus' Ben Moran in lane 6. Limerick's Dennis O'Brien in lane 7. Daniel Edgar from Lisburn City in lane 8. And New Ross's Emmett Cousins in lane number 9. Well, the class act in this is the 15:55.21 of Danilo Chabanian in lane number 4. He should win this quite handily, as his time is no less than 30 seconds or more better than the next Marshall Illingworth of City of Glasgow. The best of the Irish in lane number 3 is Ronan Fahy with a best of 16:44. And to put the swim of O'Loughlin Brophy into context, his 17:28.30 is only better than the swimmers who are in lane 0 and lane 9 in this race. So to get into the final, he will have to hope that some of the swimmers here don't do as well as they normally do. Well, first length over, and it's the class act at the front. 18-year-old Danilo Chabanian who's got a narrow lead over lane 4, or lane 5 rather, Marshall Illingworth. Ronan Fahy in lane 3, very close as well. Ben Moran in 4th, Finn O'Neill in 5th, Dennis O'Brien in 6th. There's the perfect apex. Lane 4 and 5, 3 and 6, making the arrowhead as they head down the pool. The end of 200 metres. Chebanian splits, you see them, 32. In the last race, most of the splits were in the 35s. These swimmers 2 to 3 seconds quicker per length. But then these swimmers are mostly older. Chebanian, the Czech, is 18. Marshall Illingworth from City of Glasgow in second place is 22. There's only one 15-year-old in this race, that's Dennis O'Brien from Limerick. Next is Emmett Cousin, 16, from New Ross. He's over in lane number 8. But quite a few in their late teens with the experience and the stamina and the strength to compete in a discipline of this difficulty. So Chebanian leading them out ahead of Illingworth, the Czech and the Scot, followed in lane number 3 by Ronan Fahy, the best of the Irish from Trojan. 300. Keep an eye on those split times. Huge difference from the last heat. You'd have to go down to Finn O'Neill in 6th, 7th place to see any of the swimmers that are swimming at the pace of the previous race. So you can expect this to finish in a time about a minute quicker than the previous heat. So most of the swimmers in this heat will probably get to the final. Chebanian turning at 350. Another low 32 split. Illingworth and Fahy keeping under the 33. Slower 50 there from Ben Moran. Moran from the Aer Lingus Swimming Club with that black hat with the Aer Lingus shamrock on it that can often be mistaken for an Irish cap. 3 pretty close together as we come to 400 metres. Chebanian is keeping it under 33, as does Illingworth. Ronan Fahy in lane 3 from Trojan, turning in a very acceptable 3rd place. 4th in lane 6 is Ben Moran from Aer Lingus. Aer Lingus seem to specialise in long distance swims. They had a couple in the last heat as well. Chebanian looking powerful. Very good on the turns. You make up so much time on that. Illingworth, Ronan Fahy, all under 33 seconds. Ben Moran slipping into the 33s. Looking like this will not be quite as competitive as the last race in terms of the distance between the swimmers, but no less entertaining for that. 500 metres, 1/3 distance. 2 swimmers under 33. Fahy slipped into the 34s. Good 50 there from Ben Moran. Gap is just stretching as Chebanian stretches away from Ronan Fahy, or from Marshall Illingworth, I should say. Ronan Fahy in lane number 3 is trying to keep in touch, as is Ben Moran, who's in 4th place. Five metres the gap as they come to 600 metres. 900 to go when they get to the wall here. Super swim so far by Marshall Illingworth, keeping us close to somebody as good as Danilo Chebanian. Still in the 32s. Stretching their lead ahead of Trojans Ronan Fahy in third. Good race for fourth. Swimmers in lanes 6 and 7, Ben Moran and Dennis O'Brien from Aer Lingus and Limerick respectively. O'Brien at 15 doing really well for a youngster to keep up this kind of pace. But still a long way to go. Chebanian's lead about 4 metres now. Illingworth in second. Trojans Fahy in third. End of the 14th length, 700 metres this time. 14 lengths down, 16 to go. And Chebanian's inexorable sub-33 splits are keeping him well in front. Halfway mark when they touch the wall at this end. The end of the 15th length, 750. Chebanian turning in 8:02.73. Still under the 33. Illingworth just slipping into the 33s, but that's still comfortable to keep him in second place ahead of Trojans Ronan Fahy, the 17-year-old whose best coming into this race was 16:44. $800 meters. Even Chebanian has slipped into the 33s. Look at Illingworth. He actually caught Chebanian by a fraction of a second there. That was pretty good. Third place still Ronan Fahy in lane 3 for Trojan. Fourth in lane 6 is Ben Moran from Aer Lingus. Fifth in lane 9, the 15-year-old from Limerick. Sixth in lane 1, Finn O'Neill from ESB. Turning in lane 9 now in 6th place is Emmett Cousins from New Ross. And he's followed in lane number 8 by Daniel Edgar from Lisburn. And in lane 0, it's Cian Foley from New Ross. But the leaders, less than 600 metres to go in this 1500 metres final, which has to be won by an Irish swimmer. So the swimmers in first and second will get commemorative medals, but the man who's leading the national championship is in lane number 3, Ronan Fahy of Trojan, who has about a 5 metre gap on Aer Lingus' Ben Moran, and Dennis O'Brien from Limerick just behind them. So great race for the national championship, but the two leading swimmers in the race, Danilo Chebanian in lane 4 of the Czech Republic, just managing to keep a 5 metre gap ahead of Marshall Illingworth of the City of Glasgow swim team. And when you consider that Chebanian's best time is nearly 30 seconds faster than Illingworth, you have to say Illingworth's having a great day. Best of the Irish in lane number 3 is Ronan Fahy, swimming for gold for Trojan. In lane number 6, Ben Moran in second for Aer Lingus, and Dennis O'Brien in third. It's between those three, I think, for the national championships. But as we get near the finishing stages of this race, Chebanian putting on a sprint to try and widen that gap to Illingworth at the top of the field. 32.40, really good split there at 1,050. Illingworth just 0.7 of a second slower on that last 50. The best of the Irish. The gold medal position in lane number 3 for Ronan Fahy, turning now with 450 to go. Chebanian coming. This is 1100 meters, and Danilo Chebanian of the Czech Republic has turned 5 seconds ahead of Marshall Illingworth. Just 8 lengths for the leaders, and it is a great race going on for the Irish Championship, no doubt about that. Chebanian is spreading the gap to Illingworth. 7 laps to go at 1150, another sub-33 split, keeping him almost 6 seconds ahead of Marshall Illingworth. Best of the Irish in lane number 3 is still Ronan Fahy of Trojan, who's got about 5 meters to spare on Ben Moran of Aer Lingus in lane number 6, and he's being pushed all the way by Dennis O'Brien of Limerick in lane number 7. Chebanian coming to the 1200 metre turn. 300 to go for the leader. Just over 33 that split, slightly slower than his previous ones, but still quicker than Marshall Illingworth of Glasgow. You can see the Irish swimmers coming into view in lane number 3. Ronan Fahy of Trojan, looking for that gold medal, but he's only got about 3 meters ahead of Ben Moran of Aer Lingus. Chebanian turns with 8-9 meters of a gap on Marshall Illingworth. But as he comes down the pool, look at the Irish coming up. Trojans, Ronan Fahy, 3 meters ahead of Aer Lingus is Ben Moran, who's got about 3 meters himself on Dennis O'Brien for the national medals. We're into the business end of this lengthy race. 200 meters to go. Chebanian turns in 14.05, just 4 lengths to go. Slightly slower split, but he's keeping the gap at about 10 meters ahead of Marshall Illingworth. Both had the same time on the last 50. A very tired Trojan swimmer, Ronan Fahy in lane 3, has 200 meters to go in the national championship, and he's only got about 2 meters to spare on Aer Lingus's Ben Moran. What a race that is. And for the bronze medal in lane 7, Dennis O'Brien is still in touch. 150 for the leader. These guys in first and second are only swimming for commemorative medals. The real race is the national championship between lanes 3, 6 and 7. But lane 4, Danilo Chebanian is going to get the commemorative medal with 100 to go. He's too far ahead of Marshall Illingworth. The City of Glasgow swimmer will not be able to catch him. Another 33-3 split. Only marginally quicker than Marshall Illingworth, but there in the green hat going from right to left in lane number 6 is Ben Moran. The real race here is the Irish race in lanes 3, 6 and 7. Here comes the leader with 50 meters to go. Chebanian turns for the last time, a 32.21 penultimate length ahead of Marshall Illingworth, who also got under 33 seconds. Look at that, the gap between the two Irish, it's only less than the length of their bodies. So as soon as Chebanian gets in, we need to see what happens with the Irish. Chebanian coming home, 10 meters to go. Wonderful race from him. Led from start to finish. 16.14.66. Final split of 31.19. Second is Marshall Illingworth, but who's going to win the Irish race? coming with 25 metres to go. These two racing for a gold medal in lanes number 3 and 6. It's Ronan Fahy of Trojan in the green hat against Ben Moran of Aer Lingus on the far side. What a race for a gold medal at the end of 1,500 metres, and it's going to be the man from Aer Lingus, Ben Moran. 31.34 in the last leg to pip Ronan Fahy, and the bronze medal goes to Dennis O'Brien of Limerick. What a race that was. The real exultation in this race is lane number 6, Aer Lingus' Ben Moran. What a split at the end, 31.34 to win the National Championship gold medal. A fantastic finale to this 1,500 metres. And here come the rest, racing it out for the minor places. In lane number 1 here, it's Finn O'Neill of ESB, and on the far side in lane number 8, he's just going to be pipped by Daniel Edgar of Lisburn City. Edgar gets there in 8th place, 9th for Finn O'Neill, and the last man to finish will be Emmett Cousins, the 16-year-old from New Ross. But there's the finish. Danilo Chibonian and Marshall Illingworth get the commemorative medals, but the national champion is Ben Moran of Aer Lingus Swimming Club in a time of 16:44.65. Look at the gap, less than a second to Ronan Fahy of Trojan, and the bronze to Dennis O'Brien of Limerick. Well, I hope you've enjoyed all of that. An amazing sequence of races. The end of our first session of racing. We'll be back to do it all again pretty soon, but we're going to have a race off here. I haven't got any information about who's swimming here and why, because this is not part of the original schedule. So if anybody from Swim Ireland could help me out, there you go. It's the 100 metres freestyle heat. Dominic French against Farrell Delaney. A swim off for 100 metres between, in lane 4, Dominic French of Sligo against Farrell Delaney in lane 5 of Longford. This presumably for a place in the final. They must have had identical times in the heats, and there's nothing between them as they turn with 50 metres to go. French 27 hundredths ahead, but that's nothing in 100 metres. Who has it? Who can outsprint the other in this final 50? 25 to go. Nothing between them as they pass me. Incredibly close. Maybe lane 4. Dominic French slightly ahead for Sligo. I think French just has it, but who knows? It's all about the touch, and it's, yes, French gets it. Wow, only 28 hundredths between them. Wonderful race between French and Delaney, but the man from Sligo does it over the man from Longford. And that is the end of the morning heats. Nice little bonus at the end for that wonderful sprint. We'll see you all in a little while.